with all the information that has been released, it's very telling as to what some of the elite, you know, basically participated behind closed doors. It's very unfortunate. It's very eye-opening. I'm sure many people already had their suspicions. Jeffrey Epstein was basically a he was basically the sort of holder of all these secrets, right? And he died with them, literally. But luckily, these files existed, and his wife, who I'm sure is serving very deserving time, is also someone that has much information. Um, so far, from what I've seen, obviously I haven't actually read the files or anything of that nature, but basically, in all realms of the elite, from governmental to social to artists, etc., there's individuals involved in these documents, in these activities, which is very, very unfortunate. Um, I have seen that many have unfollowed and sort of cut contact with Jay Z. Uh, I'm not surprised. I think they should. It's not good. It's not good at all, and he might be the next P Diddy at this point. It's
Wasn't
very, very.
Jay Z like around like something to do with fucking Diddy too? Could have sworn like there was
Yeah, I
something
think
around that
he was
too.
like affiliated or some
Like
shit.
that motherfucker's
Not
always
too
around like the
well versed
wrong
in it, but
places. It's
yeah,
like, dude, like what the fuck?
yeah.
Hey, I'll
People have
say
always
this though,
questioned him.
Drake
And
wasn't on that
questioned.
shit. Sheesh, not Drake.
Hell
But
no,
y'all be swearing up,
hell
upside
no.
down that
Drizzy is a real
motherfucker's,
one.
Anyways, shout out to Drake.
Facts, facts. Like Kendrick, like not like us should be applied to Hollywood elite. That's what not like us should be applied to. Because that does
Oh
apply
yeah, no,
to a lot of these
Hollywood.
people.
Hollywood is a fucking shit show. Like,
Unfortunately,
if you want to like find where all the weirdos are, the
yeah.
pedophiles, and the whole fucking nine, it's definitely Hollywood. All day, every day, bro. You'll find all kinds of weirdos.
Facts.
Swear to God.
This is a fact.
So
They're not like
some
us.
know how to
Just
hide
like
it really
Kendrick said,
well and
they're not
blend
like us.
in.
They're
Some
not.
are just fucking stupid.
Yep.
So, but
Yeah. Look at Jeffrey E. He hid it for a long time, and then the truth came to light. So truth always comes to light, just like Drizzy said. See some other questions that were asked pre-live stream. Let's pull them up. Let's pull them up here. Shout out to you guys for the questions. There's a couple here. What battle in Naruto, either mentioned or somewhat show, would you like to have seen in full? It's a good question. A fight I would have liked to see in full. There's a couple. Perhaps the Sani versus Hanzo. How did it really go? Clearly, he won. I want to see how that went. Um, Maybe Itachi versus Shishui. I know in the novels it says they sparred, and Shishui won more times than not. They weren't allowed to use their Sharingans either. It was purely hand to hand and just skill based. That's another one I would want to see. Tobirama versus King again, absolutely. So we could finally close that chapter. What happened? How did the battle go? That's definitely one I would like to see. Uh, Probably a couple others, but those are some that come to mind. Definitely Tobirama versus King again.
in all honesty, I
Yeah.
think what I would really like to see, definitely some solid ones that you mentioned. Um, Toby Rama one, just to see blatantly how it went in both occasions when he fought Kinnigan. Um, that'd be really
Yeah.
dope. And again, I'm gonna call it, if like for any reason we were to ever get like Kishimoto to like make a, I don't know, Naruto Shinobi Legends series or some whatever the fuck he's gonna title it, but just basically him titling like another Naruto animated series or even manga, because yeah, you start manga first. But regardless, like
Okay.
if he were to do that, right, whatever he calls it, but it's literally him focusing on all the things we did not get to see, you know what I mean, on screen or on paper, would be fucking amazing, because there's so many things in Naruto that we never saw, right? We just either got statements for it,
Exactly.
or it was just very like ambiguous, right? Very vague information surrounding certain things, and we just didn't get it, right? We didn't get the full picture or the full story. There's a lot of things in Naruto that he could expand on and cover and the whole nine. And it'd be fucking amazing. Like There's just so much good shit. Tobirama is definitely one of them. And again, like if he were to do that, I'm calling it, guys. I'm calling it. I swear up and down it. They had to go like Ninetales transformation, and that's what gave Tobirama a hard time, and he got clapped up. You know what I mean? And honestly, that would be like the best thing to fucking see, because then finally we could see all the Tobirama tards like just cry in a corner. You know what I mean? Like they'll just finally realize, oh, what's your excuse now? You know what I mean? Like, yeah. And let's be real, they're real happy and glad that fight has never been shown or anything, because we all know damn well he would look really bad. It wouldn't be no Minato one shot, you know, where it makes Minato look like even more goated, more stronger and shit. Like, nah, it'd be the complete 180, the opposite, you know. But that would be amazing. But anyways, just a little backtrack. Other things that'd be really cool too is definitely to see like Madara training Obito. That'd be really cool. That was very brief. We didn't really get to see all of it. Kakashi's dad, I think that's the best thing. Like out of everything, definitely to see Kakashi's dad. Yeah. Like, let's be real, that would be some fire ass manga and anime episodes of him just fucking just slamming people. You know what I mean? Or just like having that having like a similar type of status and aura effect like Minato had, where everybody's just running on site, because he had a run on site order too. Like that, literally, he had the same thing like Minato. He was that dangerous, you know. And for Minato, it was because of like if he touched you, he could teleport whatever, you're dead. For the White Fang, we don't know why, right? So it's like, it'd be really cool for them to expand on that. It was kind of implied and hinted that he has like white chakra too, which has never been seen either. So maybe it's something to do with that, you know? They could do a lot of cool things with him, show a lot of stuff. And you all know how like we love Kakashi and how that was really great. Like that would be amazing, because it'd basically be Kakashi, but like on steroids, but like even way beyond, you know, what Kakashi could do. You know, it'd be some Minato type shit, you know, or Sonic type shit. Yeah, it'd just be amazing.
He had that kind of aura, just lore-wise. He had that kind of aura.
Like, because there was that statement he had where he was beyond the Sonic. Now, we don't know if that meant, like, all of them, or if it meant individually. So that there's that, right? But at the same time, for him to have a run on site order, I would probably say all of them, right? Because typically when a ninja gets a run on site order, like, you really just, like, they're just built different, right? You know what I mean? It's not common for that to be established. Like, the Sonic, they didn't have that. They didn't have run-on-site orders, you know? So that's what I'm saying, you know, like, but, you know, who knows?
Very
you know,
rare.
But the argument to that, though, is, like, Shishui had it, too. So, you know what I mean? So it's, like, then it gets, like, is it really, you know? So, like, you know, it's interesting to think about. But regardless, yeah, definitely Kakashi's dad. That'll be amazing. Whether if it's the event that led to, you know, unfortunately what happened with his tragic death and all that, and getting some backstory, or it's just seeing him in the war and just caring, you know, like what Minato did, right? So that'll be really good. Another one is Hiruzen, when he's young, when he like becomes Hokage and he's young and shit, like seeing all of that, seeing how he is, how he establishes like that professor, you know, status and whatnot. That'll be really great too.
There's definitely a few of that.
There's a lot of good scenarios, man. Fugaku, we definitely need more stuff on him, more feats. That'd be really cool. Why he got the Wicked Eye reputation was like for some reason compared to Minato, the Yellow Flash too, in many ways. So that was pretty cool.
Candidate.
Yeah. So that'd be dope.
Exactly.
And then honestly, the only other thing I could think of is just maybe like a little bit more for Shishui. You know what I mean? Just to give him a little bit more justice, right? Because all that motherfucker really had was the anime and the video game. Other than that, in the manga, he didn't have shit. It was just statements and lore.
Nothing.
You know what I mean? It was just nothing but statements and lore, you know?
Just all lore based.
Yeah, you know, like the anime and the game was the only thing that really established and showed him, like it really gave him, like, you know, good showings. Like the game, he shows his Susanoo, right? Which that makes sense because he has the MS in both eyes. Anyone that has awakens the MS, they're all capable of using the Susanoo. So it'd be really weird to argue he couldn't do that. And then not only that, Kishimoto designed his Susanoo and everything too. So it's like, you can kind of take that however you want to take it. But we got the, you know, see his Susanoo, all that shit. The anime, this motherfucker was moving so quick. Like he did body flicker and he had like after images and shit, you know? Like, it's basically like some after images, shadow clone type shit. Like, it's pretty dope, you know? And then they even had a feat in the anime. This was shown in the manga, too. Everybody forgets about this, but it's when it was the Mist Village. There was a platoon of them, like Anbu and Joining and whatnot. And Shishu was with his platoon, and he just does like a ranged genjutsu, and they all start freaking out and like screaming and getting fucked up. And the guy does his Byakugan, and he's like, "Oh shit, this is Shishui." Like, yeah, we're retreating. Like, fuck this. You know what I mean? Like the run on sight shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
So like that was really cool. So again,
Yeah.
like they could definitely expand on Shishui. Other than that, like I don't know about you, Jay, but seeing Jiraiya like when he acquired Sage Mode, because we know he trained.
That'd be interesting to see.
Yeah, like we
Yeah.
know he started training for Sage Mode like when he was a kid, but we don't know like when that was established or obtained. You know what I mean? So that'd be really cool too. Like when did
Yeah,
he
not
finally
it's
acquire?
never stated.
Yeah, exactly. We just don't know. Like it's really annoying. Like I
Yeah.
would say it's definitely safe to say that he has it during Part One Naruto, right? You know, but other than
Yeah.
that, like we just don't know. Like during the Hanzo fight, like did he have that, right? Like did he not? And I don't think he did, because if he did, like Ma and Pa would have been there, right? But they weren't. You know, so like maybe during the Hanzo time, like he just did not. He didn't have that shit. But I don't know. Like fucking who knows, you know? So, but like that's just like
Yeah.
the ideas I have. But it'd be really cool, you know?
It's a few ones. Yeah.
Yeah.
Thoughts on the ICE situation in the US. So here's the thing when it comes to ICE, right? They're a governmental agency, or federal, right? I think naturally, due to the nature of the organization and what their goal is, many people are going to inherently respond to them with emotional bias and have very strong emotional responses to what's been taking place. But when it comes to court of law and what should be the outcome of events that transpire that involve the death of people, there has to be, there has to be due diligence, there has to be objectivity. I'm not familiar with all the death causing events that have happened. I do know the first one, I believe, where someone was trying to drive into one of the ICE agents and clearly he had to defend himself and had to eliminate the individual trying to run him over. A car is literally a lethal weapon. Um, Now, as far as foreign policy, that's a whole different discussion. But when it comes to these interactions that involve life and death situations, clearly you have to defend yourself to the best of your ability. And if that involves eliminating someone else to save yourself, I do believe that is a fair choice to make. Uh, I don't know all the other events. I know there's been some other deaths as well involving U.S. citizens, unfortunately. I think the death of anyone, whether a citizen or not, is a tragedy. But it's been a hot topic of discussion. I know there's been protests quite widely, Minneapolis, for example. But when it comes to these cases, context matters. The series of events matter to determine who's at fault and who's justified in their actions. And you got to use logic for that, despite our political beliefs or agendas. That's what it comes down to. And yeah, that's my thoughts on it. And division of any kind is unfortunate.
Like
Humans are inherently
what
tribal
I would
beings.
what I would
But
ultimately say at the end of the day, like my problem is again it's similar to you, like knowledge, right? Like I would definitely have to do more homework on that and really look and see both
yeah,
spectrums, because you know how it goes. Whenever it comes to anything IRL based or politics or whatever the fucking case may be, there's always two sides to every fucking story, right? There's always this side which is the advocating the defense part, right? Then there's the other side where it's against them, and like, oh, they're evil. There's always both spectrums, right? You know what I mean? Like they're either considered good or they're
yeah,
considered bad. This is how it always is, no matter what. And again, if you guys recall, like Itachi's statement when it comes to like reality, perception, like whether what you think you know, but what you don't, you know what I mean, things like that. So again, that's why I always keep an open mind in these type of things. I don't just take it at a grain of salt or for what people are just saying or showing. There could be more that you just don't know, right? But at least for all the bad
yes,
and the tragedies and all that stuff, like obviously that's a given. Like that's horrible. I don't stand for that. The whole nine. As for what they're trying to do, and from what I've seen or heard, whatever, that I don't have too much of a problem with. If they are trying to apprehend, very dangerous immigrants or criminals or whatever the case may be, blah blah, cool, right? Obviously, I'm up for that. But again, it comes to the point at like what line do we, where do we draw the line, right? And obviously, if there is an abuse of power or if there is
yeah,
injustices going on, whatever, then that's not acceptable. You know what I mean? I don't stand for that. So, but I'm not going to sit here like I completely know everything that's going on, or whether if it is a good or bad thing inherently. the whole nine. Um, but you know, it is what it is. You know, so at the end of the day,
Yeah,
like
politics is a very great.
yeah,
Yeah,
like this brings you back to the question like when like before this was even a thing, what everybody was hyper focusing on and always judging the whole fucking time was the police. Like that's what it was initially, right? And you
yeah,
had the police and I'll just say this
domestic.
like with anything,
Uh,
right? The military, you're gonna have the good and then you're gonna have the bad. Same thing with the police. You're gonna have the good, you're gonna have the bad. Same thing with this. There's part of the good and there's part of the bad, right? You know, and that's all I'm really gonna say with it. And the real question that really matters the most, okay, instead of cherry picking things or trying to force a narrative with what you're cherry picking, like try to analyze and establish a consistency, right? To establish a basis, like an in general type claim, right? To where is there really
yeah,
constant and consistent injustices or really bad things? Because that's the thing too. Like, God forbid something happens, whether it's the police, ICE, whatever the fuck it is, military, whatever, people are real quick to really amplify that, right? But yet, they won't look at all the statistics and all the investigations or all the other arrests or whatever the fuck it is. They won't look at any of the opposing evidence of how many times nothing bad has happened. And it was as simple as an arrest or an investigation and that's it, right? You know? And so then it comes to the point like, is there more of that, right? To where things are always good, but then unfortunately there was this rare occurrence that happened that led to a tragedy, you know? Or is it the other way around where there is consistency of over and over and over really bad abuse of power and the whole nine, etc., right? You know? So that's what you guys really got to think of. That's my only advice to
yeah.
it, you know? But yeah, again, just
Exactly.
just remain unbiased,
Yeah,
try to analyze the facts and really decide for yourself whether what really is the truth, you know? So
yeah, it's a very complicated aspect of politics for sure. It's up there with some of the others that are divided to this day. But yeah, that's a complicated discussion. What are your thoughts on the manga versus comic discussion? From my understanding, the manga I believe outsold comics in the U.S. I might be mistaken on that in 2025. I believe manga has done a better job in general at consistency, producing content. They've been releasing theatrical releases. JJK came out not too long ago. A JJK film was very good. I believe, as well as Chainsaw Man, My Hero Academia. I believe I might be mistaken on that, but they've been consistent. They're always at it, and the more consistent you are with your product, the more likely people are to see it. With comics, major theatrical releases take years to make. I mean, we're still waiting for fucking Doomsday. We waited like 5 years for Superman. It came out last year. Well, conversely, again, manga's weekly, monthly. We have animations coming out constantly. There are some that take many years, so like Dragon Ball. But we've had JJK, we've had Solo Leveling, we've had Boruto, the manga, we've had very numerous products coming out consistently. So I think the comic realm has some work to do, which is mostly Western made, right? The U.S. mostly. They should pick it up a little bit if they want to contend with manga, which has had a global scale influence. And I think they deserve it. It's very good content. So, um, yeah, it's an interesting time for sure, and happy for manga. Manga's great. You know, let's see. Heard Sam Raimi was open to making a fourth Tobey Maguire Spider-Man film if he got the opportunity. Man, he should. I wouldn't. I don't think anyone with that was born before 2010 or 2005 would not mind that.
like,
So
bro, Jay, imagine if like they brought him back and like he has like a Sinister Six type movie. That would be fucking lit.
that'd be sick.
That'd be some
Yeah,
crazy shit,
that'd
right?
be
Like,
sick.
like people would fuck with that. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Or
I think he's gonna be in Doomsday.
yeah, more than likely,
Yeah,
or at least guaranteed Secret Wars for sure. But like even if they
at least Secret Wars.
yeah, but even if they don't do a secret Sinister Six, which let's be real, anyone that's gonna get a Sinister Six movie will more than likely be Tom Holland. But regardless,
Yeah, that's
even
facts.
if they don't do that, they could always establish like a villain for Tobey Maguire in his verse that we haven't seen as a Spider-Man villain yet, too. They could do Mr. Negative.
Facts.
There's a lot of villains we haven't seen yet. Tombstone, like there's a good
Yeah,
amount, you know. So
yeah. On the big screen,
you got
there's stuff for a
Hammerhead,
few.
like there's a whole bunch that we have not fucking seen. So, and Tobey Maguire, he don't miss,
Facts.
man.
Yeah,
He started it all. He established it. There's even like Marvel actors that literally said if it wasn't
yeah.
for him, like the superhero genre and filming, acting, the whole nine wouldn't be where it's at if it wasn't for Tobey Maguire's movies and shit. You know,
That's a fact.
so like it definitely
Yeah,
set the
that's
bar,
literally a fact. Yeah.
and that'll be amazing. But the unfortunate part about it is the guy that directed the movie for the Tobey Maguire, he already made statements announcing that like they're not making a fourth. Like he just gave like his reasoning, blah blah, and that's
Yeah.
basically that. Now I'll be honest. Let's be real though. How many times we get statements from directors or actors or whatever, and it's just cap, right? It's just a bunch of fucking bullshit. So for all we
Facts.
know, that's a bunch of bull, and they're just doing it because for marketing, whatever, and they want it to be a surprise, and obviously that's gonna blow up way more, right? If it just comes out of nowhere.
Yeah. That would
So
be shock, like
yeah,
pleasantly
like if,
shocking.
if out of nowhere it's just announced and there's a trailer show, like come on, that's gonna get a lot of views and numbers. You know what I mean? So it
Facts.
makes
Yeah.
sense in a way for profit, marketing, the whole nine, for why they wouldn't just want to just put it out there that they are doing it. If anything, it'd be done in secret, or maybe as of now they can't do it for some reason, but it's potentially going to be done in the future. We
Yeah.
just don't know, right?
Facts.
So who knows? But
Yeah. They're they're good at surprising for sure.
yeah,
Supposedly Andrew Tate wants to box Sneeko for 1 million. Honestly, Andrew Tate's performance against that retard he fought was so poor
honestly,
that that,
Sneeko might
that
win.
fight might be
Yeah, dead
competitive.
ass. Yeah, Sneeko might
Yeah, he
actually win that
might
shit
win.
because hasn't
I
that
think
hasn't that
Sneeko,
bitch been like training in the whole night with like actual UFC
yeah,
fighters or boxers and shit?
yeah, like Sean
So
Strickland and fucking
yeah. But in
these
all
guys.
honesty, I
So
kind of like. Here's the crazy thing because I like they're both fuck. You know what I mean? Like who they are at the end of the day. But Sneeko, that motherfucker is a weirdo. Oh my god, he is
yeah,
so
he's
weird,
weird as fuck.
bro. Like I like would really hope he
He's
gets his ass beat, but knowing our luck, he wouldn't.
yeah, yeah.
So
Tate did not perform well. Wasn't good against someone that is nowhere near world class at all. Yeah, Sneeko would probably beat him, honestly. Wasn't there a Blade game that was supposed to come out? I think there was. I don't know if that's been scratched or not, but I do remember them saying a Blade
yeah,
game
it
was going to
was.
come out.
They did a trailer. It was during like the Game Awards type thing. It showed that. It showed a couple amount of trailers. It was like
Yeah,
Wolverine, Blade, Spider Man 2 at the time, whatever.
yeah,
We got Spider Man 2. We already have a confirmation of Wolverine. We got all that, whatnot. Blade is still a little bit. It's clearly still in the works. Like they're gonna do it, but it's just not ready. So they're doing
yeah.
Wolverine first, which in all honesty is the safest bet to do. Like let's be real, Spider Man
Facts.
and Wolverine. Like you're not gonna fail that. You're not. You know what I mean?
No,
So
you can't miss on
yeah,
that.
like there's no way. Like you would really have to be a shitty ass fucking game designer or whatever the fuck you call it to sell that. To fold. So yeah, it
Facts.
makes sense for them to do Wolverine next, and then we're probably gonna get the Blade thing, and it'll just keep going. Like who knows? Maybe eventually we might even get a fucking Avengers game that has them like all together or some shit. So who knows? But
Facts. Yeah.
yeah.
I think that Blade movie got scrapped as well.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Blade movie.
probably. I
Yeah.
haven't heard
That
about it
Blade,
since.
unfortunately, like they just been doing that character dirty. Like really have.
For
like,
years, like
yeah.
decades.
Like and Blade's a dope
Ever since
character.
Wesley
Like
Snipes
he's a
played
really
him,
cool
bro.
character. Like
Yeah, he's dope as
is he
hell.
my favorite? Do I care like that much? No. So that's why it don't really bother me that much. But he is a dope
Yeah,
character. He's pretty cool. So
he's dope. Yeah, a lot
yeah.
of aura. Yeah, ever since Wesley Snipes played his ass, it's been I don't know what the hell happened, but
Yeah.
it's unfortunate. There's another question here. Let me see. Feel free to ask any questions. By the way, folks, again, political games, shows coming up. The Super Bowl's next Sunday. UFC just had, I believe, had its first event on Paramount. UFC 325. Shout out to Alexander Volkanovski. He's the goat at featherweight. I do think he's the goat now. Yes, Taporia whipped his ass, but Taporia left the division, so I can't call him the goat. Um, let's see. There's another question here. Which fight do you think is better between Naruto versus Sasuke Part 1 or Naruto versus Sasuke End of Shippuden? That's a tough question. Um, damn. Obviously, I think it's safe to say the latter was better animated because it's just newer. Naruto versus Sasuke End of Shippuden, as far as animation, but that's just due to the times. It's a newer fight. As far as the choreography and the greatness, and I might lean towards Part 1. I might be biased though because that was like during the heyday of Naruto, but it's pretty close, man. It's pretty close as far as enjoyment, choreography, emotional appeal, impact, things of that nature. I, I'd probably lean towards part 1 slightly. It's pretty close. It impacted me more personally, so I am
Yeah,
biased
like
with that opinion.
they both didn't miss. Like they really didn't. Like Naruto Part One was
Yeah,
obviously nostalgic, like the whole nine, whatever, and it set everything up. You know what I mean? But it was
facts.
fucking peak, man. Like every arc was just a banger. You know what I mean? Like manga, anime, whatever, the whole
Yeah,
nine. And then we eventually had like Shippuden. You know, when that came into it, it just further substantiated it even more. Like it was just really fucking good. And in all honesty, like it's
facts.
kind of like
Yeah,
hard to
it was pretty
compare
fun.
and contrast the two because like they both shine in their own elements, right? You know, like and so on and so like Shippuden obviously is gonna take it way more when it comes to, like screen time, character growth. You know what I mean? Like power growth and shit. Like just everything, like even plot twists. Like there's a lot more Shippuden technically has hands down in comparison to Naruto, but that's just because of how long Shippuden is, right? Naruto was only so long. Like Naruto was
Exactly.
like
Yeah.
it was kind of like the trials, right? Like Kishimoto was kind of testing the waters with it, and fortunately, it really blew the fuck up. And it's to this day is considered at least top five or top three out of all mangas and animes. In popularity and you name it. So like fucking so again, like you
Facts.
only got so much from Naruto, but if there's certain things you do analyze and bring that into comparison with Shippuden, Naruto Part 1 slams hands down, right? Like it really just depends what you're talking about, you know what I mean? And that's the problem. Like I will
Yeah.
say, like when Naruto Part 1, what I really loved about it the most was like the dark layers with it. I felt like there was a lot more dark layers within Part One Naruto in comparison to Shippuden. Like Shippuden had
Yeah, I
some
agree.
dark shit and some crazy shit too. You could even argue that it was even darker and better as well. But like at least like for the atmosphere, the environment, consistent. It was some shit, right? It was pretty fucking crazy. And then you also had like the traditional like combat, like hand to hand fighting, like that was really good too. So there was
Yeah, it was
you
very well
had a
done.
lot of good traditional hand to hand combat fighting in Part One Naruto. While in Shippuden, they had that to a degree, but it was more of like jutsus or hacks or power ups. You know what I mean? Or all this other crazy shit, and then eventually like just like goes into some Dragon Ball Z shit. You know what I mean? So like it really just depends. It really
Yeah,
depends. But
it definitely does.
yeah,
It's definitely very
like and Shippuden, like
opinionated
and
for sure.
this is a hard one too. Like with Part One and Shippuden, when it comes to like the philosophy or morality impacts it have, like the messages it delivered, because Part One does really well with certain things, and then Shippuden does really well with the same thing. So that's a hard one. But I do like if I had to compare and contrast all the elements of philosophy that they had, I would lean towards Shippuden. Like what they did with Madara was really good. With Pain and Nagato was really good. With the cycle of hatred and
Yeah.
whatnot. With Itachi being like the double agent thing, spy, Shadow Okage, all that. Like how controversial that was and everything he did. That was really fucking good. You know what I mean? So like Shippuden did really really well. While
Yeah.
Part one only really had like the Zabazan Haku thing, right? The philosophy or morality thing with that. And then the next thing was like, I guess you would say Sasuke, right, with his whole vengeance thing, But
Sasuke
that's
retrieval. Yeah.
yeah, but that's really it, right? Like for like the philosophy of morality, like while Shippuden had like way more in depth writing for that, or
Yeah.
we got more
Definitely more in
exposure,
depth.
yeah, you know what I mean, like more information, and we just got way more, right? Like so that is not hands down.
Yeah.
I would be on the side we should put in, but better than that, like again,
Yeah,
it
facts.
just really depends what you're talking
Um,
about. So
yeah, exactly. Speaking of Marvel, have you guys seen that new Wonder Man series? I actually haven't. That character I kind of forgot about, not gonna lie. I'm glad they made a series about it. I heard a lot of good reviews about it. I'm gonna check it out. He's kind of an obscure character even I barely knew about him. As as far as like the fandom. But I definitely want to check it out. From my understanding, he's quite powerful as well. So he's kind of Superman like. So yeah, I definitely want to check that out. What's an underrated aspect about the Naruto series? That's a good question. Underrated? Perhaps as far as underrated, that's a good question. I wouldn't say the fighting because people always have at least 3 or 4 fights to bring up when you ask them about that. Characters, I mean, you have some of the most beloved characters in anime in that narrative: Madara, Itachi, Minato, Naruto, Sasuke, Kakashi. Maybe ideological, sort of ideological clashes, perhaps that take place in Naruto. They're very underrated. Um, the whole idea of free will versus uh, guaranteed peace, right? What should hold more weight, morally or ethically? I believe that ideological clash is underrated, or perhaps not even really understood by many. Obviously, many casuals watch the show for more so entertainment, not so much ideological discussion or exploration. But I think in terms of that, it's one of the most in-depth sort of representations of that kind of conflict, um, which I believe is a conflict that exists in our own reality. The idea of free will and the idea of guaranteed peace and where that fine line is, right? So that sort of exploration is underrated or underrepresented even. So thoughts on the current state of the Star Wars franchise? Feels like there's hardly anything going on with it. I agree. Star Wars isn't the talk of the town right now in the fiction fandom. In the fiction fandom, it really isn't. Um, it's
It's really sad too,
Yeah,
Jay.
it's a weird, it's
How
a
do you
quiet time.
how do you fold fucking Star Wars?
Yeah,
Like it's a very very popular
yeah, it's
franchise.
so
At least
iconic.
speaking numbers wise, what like obviously you're gonna have exceptions to the rule for everything, but like it's extremely
Yeah,
popular to the majority. Like it's really great. Like the fucking
yeah,
books did phenomenal. The comics amazing. The animated all that was amazing. Even like the OG movies that first came out was like amazing. Like it was fucking great.
facts.
And
Yeah,
then like ever since we got like the new like the next generation, basically Boruto for Star Wars, right? That's what we had. Okay, it was fucking just it was either mid or fucking shit. Like it was fucking just really
yeah,
bad. Like they sold, and because of that, and because of it not doing nowhere near as good as like all the other OG stuff did and whatnot, and or out of like even nowhere near as good as like the games, like everything that happened like a decade ago, whether if it was the Star Wars games, the movies, the TV shows, animated, all that, it hit fucking crazy numbers for financial profit. But when the new shit came out, it
facts.
was just fucking buns. It was shit. And ever since that,
Yeah,
like I feel like they've been like kind of tiptoeing and like not really knowing where to dive or what to go into the whole nine. And they've just been kind of selling. Like they had like two recent new Star Wars games that they came out, which is like the Jedi Survivor or like Last or whatever, blah blah. And those weren't that bad. Like they were pretty good. Would I say like insane or like crazy?
yeah,
No, but it was good, right? But other than that, like that's the last thing they ever really had that was decent with Star Wars. So it's like I agree. I agree with what he's saying. Like it's kind of been disappointing and really sad because like
yeah,
what makes no sense to me is like the material is there and they have the things that they can really expand on that they would make crazy money with, and people have been
facts.
requesting and wanting for decades. Like there's YouTubers
Yeah,
or streamers that have been literally at like that are sponsored with Star Wars that literally make crazy money with Star Wars because they make content with them or they do things whatever. And they have even been asking or giving them ideas of what to do and show, but they just won't fucking do it. Like it's just I don't know. And then like the
yeah,
CEO
yeah,
the CEO that they had for Star Wars, I forgot what her name is, but it was some fucking chick that was running it for a good bit. Because at first it was a guy, he did all like the older stuff, right? Then they had this chick to take over, and ever since everything went with her, it's been kind of like been really fucking shit, or it's been like oh it's kind of, but it just hasn't been great, right? And everybody's been bitching about her and wanted her to go, whatever's the whole
yeah,
nine. They finally got someone into it, but then there's just been silence, and we don't know what's fucking going on, right? And that's kind of like the problem right now. It's
yeah,
just it's
exactly.
a really unfortunate hiatus. But like I'll give one example, like if whether if it's a movie or a TV show, I would say to do a TV show. But if we got a Darth Vader series, like right after Episode 3, when he becomes Darth Vader and he learns everything, and we get a TV show that starts
Facts.
showing right there and then, where this motherfucker is like going hunting across the galaxy for the last Master Jedi's,
Like Vader.
fighting, yeah, like he's fighting
Yeah,
all these Master Jedi's, having crazy fights and shit, or like soloing everything, like just like, or even his journey to how he creates like his red lightsaber and shit. Like, if we got all of that, that would be fucking amazing, bro. Bro, people would go
That would be fire.
crazy over that. You know what I mean? Like Obi-Wan did pretty good
Yeah.
too. The
The
TV,
viewership would be
yeah, like the TV show with Obi-Wan, that did pretty good.
yeah.
When I say like it like
Yeah.
really blew everything out of the park, no, like it didn't like hit like that, but it did really good, right?
Yeah. Nah.
It was really good. So like again, like that would be amazing because like guys, think about it. Like remember all the times like even though the show was called Obi-Wan, who stole the show? Who really stole it? Darth Vader. Every time he came, like
That's
it was fucking amazing,
yeah.
right? You know when he first walks and he detects Obi-Wan and he's looking for him, like was amazing. Or he like snapping people's necks and shit without even looking at them, like fucking. Then like when the ship is like flying in the air like a big ass spaceship, fucking crazy powerful, and he just grabs it with one hand. He's like no bitch and just crushes it, you know, and like and opens it up.
Facts.
But yet they had like another ship that went and then they got away. Like bro, like every time we saw that man on the screen, it was fucking amazing. It was so good,
Yeah, it was
dude. You know, so like,
spectacular and
so imagine having a
yeah.
show with that, dude. Like, I don't know what your thoughts are, Jay,
Yeah.
but that would be phenomenal, bro. Be really good.
Yeah, he's one of the characters that immediately would gain viewership. What's going on, Raspberry? So many people believe, at least Star Wars fans that have, that are informed, they believe after George Lucas, who's the man that started it all, the man that made Vader, the man that was there leading the charge when Obi-Wan fought Anakin, all the most historic moments we've ever seen that are some of the most pivotal moments in fiction. George Lucas was at the helm. He sold Star Wars, I think, in 2012 to Disney. Walt Disney bought it for like $4 billion, and many people think after that it declined. The source material wasn't used properly. Disney diluted it with its own agendas and ideas, and I don't know. Is the magic's not there? The main character, I believe her name is Ray. Not terrible. It is what it is. Just the magic isn't there. Her development, I could think, could have been a lot better. The fights, the emotional just appeal could have been so much better. I just think
Bro,
that
they folded Luke
that
Skywalker.
magic is
How do you
isn't there.
fold Luke?
Yeah,
That motherfucker is like
that's crazy.
like he's like fucking Hashirama basically in the fucking books or even like the
Yeah,
anime whatever. You know what I mean? Like how do you fold that? Like and the
that
man
magic
and
is just
like
gone.
oh here's another good thing they had recently that she did a good job. The Mandalorian that was good, right?
Yeah,
Like
that was that was
they
good.
were
That
heading
was
the
good.
right direction. That was really good. They had a great actor for it. Baby Yoda, that was fucking cool and whatnot. But then when they showed
It's
Luke
fire.
in that show, like, bro, that was fuck, bro. The way that man came up and just started slaughtering everything, like fucking cold and like some Madara Chia type shit,
Yeah,
like, that
facts.
was great. But then you have like the newer movies, and they were fucking shit. Like they made Luke look
Yeah,
like a
they were very
fucking
disappointing.
like it was like old man Harrison, but like on steroids. Like he was just it was I don't know, bro. It was they did him bad, bro. It just wasn't good. It wasn't good. Like when he stood in
Yeah,
front
the
of that
magic's
entire
gone.
army, when he stood there in front of that entire army, like the Empire, I was expecting this man to do some Madara Chia type shit, like the Shinobi line, and just fucking shit on him. But instead, he was just like a ghost projection, and he was like meditating, like who knows where, like fucking far as shit, and like just doing some hologram type shit. You know what I mean? And was just trolling them basically, and just
Facts.
buying time, and that's all it was. And I'm like, are you kidding me? And then he dies right after. Like, I don't know, bro. Like, it was not it, man. It was
It
not
was
it.
disappointing that
Like, yeah,
George Lucas just had a magic about him. That
yeah.
time,
Like
it was
Jay,
a different
you know
kind of
the
magic.
Force Unleashed games, how crazy those were. Like with Star Killer, like that motherfucker was a
Those were so,
menace. Like, bro,
yeah,
imagine we
he was a
got like some
monster.
fucking Star Killer type shit or Force Unleashed type shit with Luke when he was looking at that army of the Empire.
Facts.
Bro, that would
Yeah,
be, bro.
that would have
People
been
would have lost their
amazing.
minds, bro. Yeah, like so. I don't know, man. They're just selling, dude. Like again, like
Yeah, they've definitely sold.
I don't know. Like they go the right direction, and then they just epically fail and fail and fail and fail. So like, yeah, it's been bad. It's been bad.
It's Yeah, and Disney's been buying a lot of these billion-dollar franchises. I believe they bought Marvel as well. I forgot when. Let me look it up real quick. They bought Marvel, and after they did that, there's some that have killed. Movies that the Avengers movies are. There's no way they would have missed. But you had like Thor, Love and Thunder, and all the like She-Hulk and shit. It's like we want to see emotionally impacting action films. We don't want to see political agendas being pushed and all this bullshit. I mean, to an extent, there's always the idea of the evil and the good, but it's always been more surface level, like, oh, the bad guy's an asshole and he kills people, and the good guys stop him. But we start bringing up more divisive terms and topics. It's you start to lose the audience. People don't want to go to, they want to escape reality, not see more of it. So when they're hearing about like fucking pronouns and all this other bullshit, no one gives a fuck about that when they're going to watch a Marvel film.
Yeah,
Like,
no,
bro,
like bro, like if you
no one
want to
cares
do
about
if you want to do a
feminism.
political event, some type of really cool morality or philosophy type political event, you have examples
Yeah,
that made crazy numbers in Marvel, mind you. Like just one example, the Civil War, right? You could easily do
facts.
that. There's Civil War 1 story in the comics in which they did try to do, but in my opinion, like it was a great movie, by the way. That was a very, very good movie. But
Yeah, it
if you
was.
compare that to the comic, fucking shit, fucking dog shit.
Yeah,
Like not
no, they
even
live up to that.
at all.
Yeah,
Like did not. So like I'm hoping they really do like another Civil War event. You know what I mean? Because that is like good fucking morality, political type shit that people want to see, right? Like again, like Jay said, we
facts.
don't want to see all the other bullshit and whatever. Like because Civil War was as simple as Iron Man agreed that all superheroes should have their identities revealed. You know what I mean? And here's the pros and cons and why, right? And Captain America was against that. He's like, no, here's the pros and cons. I don't think every hero should be required to force and reveal their secret identity to the public because of AYZ reasons, right? And that's what it was. Just as simple as that. But both sides were understandable, whatever,
Facts.
the whole nine. And shit fucking popped off where you had everybody fighting each other. Heroes against heroes, villains against villains, heroes versus villains, the whole fucking nine. It was a crazy ass event. Shit went down, But they didn't do that at all.
Facts.
So that'd be great. That'd be good to do. You also
Yeah,
have the Avengers versus the X-Men. That was also some controversial shit. You know what I mean? And the whole theme of that and whatnot, and you name it. Like, there's a lot of good stories, politically wise, right? That you could do that would work
yeah,
and be fine. Not no whatever we got fucking going on IRL, and like nobody cares for that shit. You know? Fucking. So yeah, no, I
yeah. No
absolutely
one cares
agree.
about that shit.
Nobody cares.
Yeah,
So
that's what it's come down to, and we care about larger, more important matters, like Naruto, for example. Again, going back to that free will versus guaranteed peace. That's a real problem. That's a real, you know, head thinking problem. Not fucking what your pronoun is. Not you trying to be an empowered feminist.
that's a fucking great
No one gives a
example.
fuck.
Like Naruto, like
No
they
one
did
gives a
that
fuck.
right too. Like that's you hit it right on the fucking nail. Like talking about the concept of free
Yeah,
will versus like non-free. Like the whole like that's a good one. You know what I mean? Not no
that's
bullshit.
real.
Like
Yeah, no bullshit, no microaggressions, whatever terms some of these people use now. It's bullshit. No one gives a fuck. Like, go
like the
do
cycle
that
of
on your.
hatred, like vengeance, all that. That's a
Yeah,
good
bro.
one. That's actually a good
That's
philosophy
real.
of moral. Like yeah, like even in our real
Yeah,
world, that's a fucking thing. The whole night, like so. There's
grounded
things you can
ideas.
do that you can kind of like basically mold it into correlation to whatever whatever fiction thing it is, right? And it works. But then you have the certain shit where it's like
Exactly.
nobody gives like we don't care for that. We deal with enough as it is in the real world. We don't want to see that in this implemented because again, like it doesn't essentially
Yeah, no one
have
takes that serious.
it doesn't essentially
Yeah,
have importance. Is what I'm getting at. It really fucking doesn't. It really
it
doesn't.
doesn't.
Like it doesn't. Like sure, if we're talking about like should everybody be loved and accepted or whatever, cool, sure, yeah. But does it really have absolute importance in the grand scheme of things, right? What really, runs the world matters? No, right? Ultimately no. Doesn't fucking matter.
Exactly.
So that's really
No,
all it is,
no.
but
Basically, putting first world problems into superhero films and stuff that should be avoided. Like fucking
like
feminism
imagine
or
if we saw
fucking all
fucking
this bullshit. We
Naruto.
don't give a fuck,
Like,
dude.
imagine if Kishimoto tried to do some weird IRL shit with Naruto, like, and be like, oh, a guy goes through this and blah 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 and this and that or whatever. We don't care for that, bro. Like, you know what I mean? Like, no, fuck that.
Yeah,
Like, keep all that
we would
shit
have
out.
dropped the manga.
Yeah,
Fuck no.
no, fuck
Yeah,
no. I don't want to see no IRL fucking male fucking agenda or whatever. But fuck that. Same thing for that and for anything else.
yeah,
Nobody
fuck that
cares.
shit.
Nobody cares. Instead, you want to know how they
Yeah,
did it?
that's
They did it the
that's the
safe way,
mistake.
where what they did with him is
Yeah,
hard work, right? Working super hard to achieve your dreams and whatnot, and never giving up. right? And then also being extremely understanding and
Yep.
empathetic to other people to try to resolve their problems peacefully, right? Instead of just with violence, you know, or just as simple as, I'll just kill the fucking guy, you
Exactly.
know? Like, again, he went about it the right way, or
A real
just
issue.
safe areas, right? Where it's like people can
Yeah.
fuck with it and understand it or even relate to it, right? Because it's a positive, relatable thing, you know? Not something that could be controversial or somehow perceived
Exactly.
negatively, or just some weird shit that we don't care about, you know? Or just something that we hear enough as it is on fucking social media,
Yeah.
you know? So, no, I absolutely agree.
Yeah. Like
But,
basically avoid indoctrination with first world problems. That will put you in the good of 90% of the United, of people that have common sense, people that don't live in echo
hey,
chambers,
Jay,
people that aren't bullshitting and trying
you know
to,
what I just thought of?
you know,
You know what I just thought
basically,
of?
yeah.
Imagine seeing like Sakura on some like fucking abortion arc or some bullshit, and like, you know, like in fucking after
Oh
Shippuden or more,
hell no.
I'd be like, what the fuck? I'm like, what the oh, you know, abortion is evil, or
Kishimoto
abortion
would
is
be
bad.
like,
Like,
fuck
get
no,
this
bro.
shit out of here, bro. Like, fuck no, no, yeah. So yeah, no, thank God. Like
Even
that. That's what.
Kishimoto don't even have
That's
to do
one thing
that
I'll
shit.
give
He's like,
anime all
fuck no,
day, every
bro.
day. I'll give anime this all day, every day. They typically try to keep the real world out of their shit in order to make it good, whatever. And hands down,
Yeah.
I love that all day, every day. I do not want to be seeing any of that bullshit. You
Hell
know,
yeah.
really
And
don't.
And
So
who knows? Maybe that's why manga outsold comic books this 2025 because they
yeah,
stick to the basics. They don't
yeah.
go to bullshit and
Like in
they don't
Stan
try to
Lee, like
appease to
here's another good
minorities.
example too. Like Stan Lee, when he did all his Marvel comics and whatnot, let's say even if he brought an IRL element into it, he also did it the right way. Like if he was talking about racism or
Yeah,
colored people,
it made
whatever,
sense.
he did it in just a very simple, like, you know, way to, like, just the way he amplified it, like, you know, the emphasis of it, how it was structured, it worked, right? He didn't just make it the hyper focus though. He's not doing like all this weird shit or like trying to, like, you know what I mean? Like it was done right, you know. So like even if you have certain
Exactly.
things that somehow is connected to the IRL scheme of things, like again, there's a way to go about it to where it basically pleases both sides of the audience, or it's as simple as we can obviously all agree that racism is bad, right? Like that, simple as that,
Exactly.
you know what I mean?
Universally
And
accepted.
things that he, yeah,
Yeah.
universally accepted, and those are the things again that you can implement or show, not something that is controversial or something where you're gonna have both sides, where one side
Bullshit.
is
Yeah.
pissed and the other is not, you know, and then blah blah, because you're for one, you're also taking a gamble, market value and like your profit to, like, for it to be good. Like you're taking a
Yeah.
huge fucking gamble because you're either gonna, it's gonna go down the fucking
It'll
drain
tank.
or whatever, you know.
Yep.
You know, so like
Yep.
again, like for the most part, that's really just as simple as it is. Another good way that was implemented too, the boys, they also did it very good too, to where they brought some like,
Oh,
oh,
beautifully
how
done.
would be, yeah, beautifully done. They showed basically how like superheroes would be like if it really
Yeah.
was in our world, and that was done really well. And then they also had like the Homelander with Trump stuff and all that, whatever, blah blah. Like in the way they
Exactly.
went with it, it
Yeah.
worked, right? And it fucking popped off numbers, whatever. Now you're still gonna have like
Yeah.
that small percentage because again, now you, when they did that little Trump shit or whatever, they compare
Yeah.
like people,
Extremists.
yeah, people got butthurt and,
Yeah.
you know, but that was like a very small percentage to where it didn't unfortunately cancel the show or fucked it over sales wise, or it didn't do anything to jeopardize its success value. You know what I mean? So again, like the examples are there. There's
Yeah.
way to go about it, whether if it's universally accepted or if it's not too much, you know, tiptoeing over, you know, the fucking gray area. Like there's ways to go about it, but you know, it just unfortunately certain people
Yeah. And
don't
here's the thing
understand
about the
that, and then they'll
boys.
go to the bad shit or the obvious extreme or
Yeah.
just the crazy shit, and then they wonder why it fails. You know, so
Yeah.
but
Yeah. Here's the thing about the boys that's so beautifully done. Like, there is this insinuation that his Homelander side is the right, and the alt right, and Starlight's is the right alt left. Here's the thing, though: it's so fucking good that no one gives a fuck. It's that good. They do it right. They don't force it in your face. They're not making it. They're not making it literal, right? Perhaps they're insinuating it, but the story is so good, so polarizing, so well done. It doesn't fucking matter. It's comparing the
yeah,
boys.
yeah,
You
yeah.
can't
Because
compare it to
Starlight was
She.
the Starlight was more in the left propaganda, right? Or like all like the
Yeah.
left type stuff, while Homelander was like the right. Yeah, yeah, yeah. That makes sense. Yeah.
And comparing the boys to She-Hulk shaking her ass on the She-Hulk show, nowhere near the same. Like that's forced. That's not organic. It's not natural. It's not like something that we would not look at with a second thought or second eye. The Boys is just beautifully done. Like yeah, perhaps they do have some political satire, but it's beautifully done. No one gives a fuck because it's that good. It's that well done. It's an organic show. The comics, it stays true to the comics. Homelander's character, that's just who he is. Perhaps
But
the
Jay,
creator of the Boys,
but
like.
Deadpool, he was doing the same thing in his Wolverine movie.
Yeah, it's like
It's like no
so
false
done
equivalence. This and this, blah blah.
doesn't
The whole
even matter.
nine. Like you're talking about a fucking character that for one
False
is
equivalence
is
completely.
insane. Like that's the first thing. Insane.
Yeah.
Does crazy shit. Says crazy shit. Pure comedy. You know what I mean? The whole like everything like. That character is just chaos itself, right? Like he's doing things that he literally does all the time, right? Well, then you
This is
have
who he is. This
then
is
you have
nature.
another character where it's like, does this character actually behave like this, and so on and so forth, and blah blah whatever, and yada yada yada. And then when you analyze it and actually look, it's like no, and it's like wait, what the fuck we do? We're just throwing shit in there, right? Like that's why it's not accepted, right? Or there's problems or whatever. But
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, so The Boys it's very well done. Thoughts on Will Smith and his family? Will
Smith.
Smith is he's an example of a man
Fucking
that
Smith.
allowed his wife to really damage his reputation. Now, no excuses. He's a grown man. He went up to fucking Chris Rock and slapped him in the fucking face. But what led to that was Will Smith's allowance of
Being
his
the bitch.
wife sleeping with another man, still glorifying a man that's not even alive anymore. By the way, R.I.P. Tupac. Um, and all this anger, right, built up inside of him, and even publicly, he allowed his wife to say to his face, "Oh, I had an entanglement," as if it wasn't a big deal and as if it wasn't infidelity. That's Will Smith's fault. That's
Yeah.
completely his fault. He chose
Hey,
her.
you want to know the
She's
craziest
for the
thing,
streets.
Jay? You want to know the craziest thing? Like, she had that man on a leash for, like, the majority of his fucking life. She did all these crazy things.
His career.
And he's, oh, yeah, that's fine. You know, blah, blah, and accepting and this and whatever, blah, blah. Like, she was running him down, bro. Like, everybody was telling him,
Fucking him.
hey, get the fuck away. No, bad. Like, no. You know what I mean? Like, he just didn't give a fuck, right? He's just being a fucking idiot. Like, he's a perfect example of to never, ever put yourself in his shoes. Ever. Because eventually with everything
Hell
Jay
no.
just brought up and
Hell no.
discussed, we get to the Oscar moment to where, where he makes a joke. The comedian makes a fucking joke. And Will Smith is laughing. Like, when you watch it, he's laughing. Like, he's having a great time, whatever. But then his wife got mad.
He is.
And the moment she looked at him and gave him the look, then it's like he switched, right? And he's like, oh shit, like I shouldn't be cool with this or laughing or whatever, blah blah, or just whatever, blah blah. He's like, oh okay, I fucked up, and something in him just fucking snapped. Like I don't know what it was. I don't know if it's just because like he really didn't want to like be on her side, right? Or if it was just like everything that Jay just talked about and like just everything has a domino effect. But either way, he fucking snapped, and then on fucking camera in the front of the whole world, bro, committed a crime, and then got away with it.
Literally.
Yeah.
Literally got away with it. Like nothing happened.
And I'm sorry,
Gave a
it was
speech
so
after and shit,
embarrassing.
like, bro.
The most embarrassing.
Bro,
Yeah. He won the fucking Grammy, right, for that movie. And he's crying and shit and blah blah. And I'm like, oh hell no.
Yeah, bro.
Because if that was any other person, especially
Did
like
you not just slap Chris
like
Rock?
yeah, especially like if that was if that was me or Jay, we'd have been arrested on the fucking spot. Okay, on the fucking spot.
Facts,
Okay, especially if you're a colored individual, you more have probably a little bit more of a probability of not getting away with it or being judged differently, right? So like,
Facts.
it's like, bro, like it was just some crazy shit. Like I'm sorry, the downfall. That's the sad part. Will Smith had such a crazy downfall, like. Because he was great, he was goated, he was great when he was doing the thing. But the moment he got with that fucking chick, and everything just went to shit, just went sideways.
Spiral.
Even his kids are like fucking weird and like fucked.
Weird.
I can't say the daughter. I think
Yeah.
she's probably fine. I know
Like
she
weird,
makes
like
fucking
liberal-
shit music.
Yeah, the daughter.
But she like as a person, I think is very sane and
Yeah, she does. It's shitty.
or whatever. But Jaden Smith, that motherfucker is
Yeah,
crazy.
Jaden is a weird one.
Yeah, he's that. Like,
Yeah.
how do you go? How do you get Will Smith and then get that fucking kid? like I don't know.
That's wild.
Yeah, like he
That's
just
wild,
sold.
like,
He sold his life,
He
bro.
he was
sold.
goated.
Yeah,
Yeah, Will was goated back then, and it just goes to show you if you pick the wrong woman, they can lead you astray. And again, Will made
Yep.
his mistakes. That's his fault. But she influenced him clearly. She slapped another grown man on camera in front of millions and millions of people.
yeah.
And now that's what he's remembered. Unfortunately, that's what he's remembered for. It's not I Am Legend.
Yep.
It's not
Hancock,
iRobot, which were
iRobot, yeah,
those-
Hancock,
not
like all his incredible
this.
movies, all his most
this.
goated blockbuster
His
fucking
merit.
crazy
Yeah.
number movies, like known as one of the best actors in the world, probably top 10 at least, right? Like all that, just like, oh no, is it people's immediate go-to? Oh yeah, he slapped Chris Rock, you know, and it's sad. It really is sad, man. You know, or people are thinking
Sad.
about his fucking
Very
wife
sad.
on television, like blatantly, just like, oh yeah, I fucked Tupac, I miss him, I wish I was still with him, blah blah. You can never be him. Like all this
Facts,
crazy
bro.
shit,
He
bro.
just sits there.
It just sits there and takes it, and I'm
Bro.
like, oh hell no. I'm like, hell no.
And is don't ever be whipped by a woman, bro. Don't ever be whipped.
That's crazy.
Like, no matter how much you care, if they're disrespecting you, bro, you gotta move on. It is what it is. Like, it is.
But I'm
what it
gonna
is,
say
bro.
this too. I'm gonna say this
Never
too. You wanna know where he
allow
fucked
yourself
up
to become
too?
that.
You wanna know where he fucked up? He's with a woman that's in Hollywood too. Because I'm sorry, but men too. Men or women in Hollywood, 9 out of 10 times, they are not relationship material or they're fucking crazy, bro. I swear to God. Like,
No.
like fucking athletes.
Narcissism is real.
Yeah, athletes. Even actors. Yeah, actors. Anyone in Hollywood. Just the famous fucking people. Whatever the fuck you're doing. A singer, actor, whatever. 9 out of 10 times they are crazy ass motherfuckers, or they literally cannot be in a committed relationship
chaos.
to save their fucking life because of their ego or just blatant like the whole fucking nine, right? It just never works. Like, and it always blows my mind because like athletes or actors, whatever the fuck, they always make the mistake of trying to be with someone within that, you know, dating ballpark, right? Instead of just looking for some normal average fucking Joe out there, right? You know? Like I'll never get it. I'll never ever, like Keanu Reeves.
That's very
Like
strange.
Keanu Reeves, he was smart. He found a fucking a woman, like just some normal woman out there, right? Fell in love, whatever, the whole nine. And then unfortunately a tragedy happened, where somehow like she hit her head like at the beach or something, and it wasn't nothing crazy, but like just when she hit her head, like something happened within her brain, which is very rare, and she died because of it. Like a couple days after, she just died. Like. But he was with an average chick, and everything was great. He had peace, whatever, the whole nine. And then ever since her death, like, he never moved on. He just stayed single. Like, well, technically he got married to this one chick.
Yeah.
But it was there was context with it. He's not really married to her, but on paper he is, if that makes sense. But anyways, point being said is, like, ever since that, he just stopped, whatever, and that was it. And that's probably because of the grief, or maybe he just can't move on, right? But either way, like, made a great fucking decision. And to this day, he has his legacy. He has a reputation. He's a fucking goated actor. You know, the John Wick movies, a legend. One of the fucking legend. Like, great, fan fucking tastic, right? You know, like, so again, like, just if you want to, like, I don't know. I'll never fucking understand it. Like, the amount of times I see like an athlete or whoever, and they're just going after the weirdest or most craziest fucking people. It blows my mind. It really does. You know, like another example,
It's
fucking
very chaotic.
what's her name? What the fuck is her name? Fuck, is it Jennifer Lopez? Is it her? It's the bitch that has like a million divorces. She has like a million. She's collecting them like fucking infinity rings or some shit.
Yeah, it's Jennifer Lopez.
It is Jennifer Lopez. Like,
Jennifer
her, bro.
Lopez.
Like, no, red fucking flag, bro. Yet, all the fucking dudes in Hollywood, whether if it's an actor or whatever the fuck it is, the dude's like, oh yeah, no, I got this. I'll be different. I'll secede. Like, and it just goes to shit.
bitch, she's 50. She's not gonna change.
Literally,
Bro.
Here's the worst one. Then you have like an NBA male dude, right? Like, this guy has every chick he's been with, gets the bitch pregnant, whatever, and then cheats on her. and then some other woman comes along. Oh, I'll be different. He won't cheat on me. He won't have the millionth fucking child with this. Like, yeah, no, I got this shit. And boom, slide. Like, I'm telling you, bro.
Yeah.
It blows our mind. Like, it's the dudes are stupid. The women are stupid. Like, it blows our mind. I'll never fucking understand it. It's really bad.
It's chaotic. It's chaotic. Definitely chaotic. I heard Moro's voice actor might be the guy who played Madara. That would be sick, bro.
That'd be pretty dope. Yeah,
that would be sick.
I agree.
That would fit Moro too. That would fit Moro.
Yeah.
Heard the final Fast and Furious movie is releasing in 2027. But I don't even know what the premise of that. What the premise is supposed to be for that series anymore. It's like they're in fucking space and like I don't know what the fuck. I don't know. I guess I might watch it, but. Yeah. There's so many of them, and it's not even about racing anymore. I don't know what the fuck's going on.
Oh, Jay, speaking of couples in famous territory, Tom Holland and Zendaya, they've actually been still legit though. Like they've been going strong online. Like they're pretty. That's impressive. You know what I mean? Like that's really impressive because everybody typically like I kid you not, like the rate and failure for the relationship to just end or divorce, whatever, it's extremely high in Hollywood. So the fact that like they've been like fuck bro like they're just built different. I don't know what the fuck their secret sauce is, but
they made it work. Grounded and shit.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, they definitely made it work. They seem grounded and shit.
But again, there's always the exceptions, right? The rare exceptions. There's always, but
they're young, but
that too. Yeah.
Yeah. Heard the fun. Let's see. Who's your favorite villain in DB Super? I'm biased.
I'd say Jiren.
I'd probably say
Broly or Jiren.
Yeah. Oh, Jiren's lit. Yeah, Jiren's another one I forgot.
Yeah.
Moro is a monster. Goku Black is just because of his aura. He's a monster.
Yeah, he was crazy.
Yeah. Honestly, probably Jiren is a fucking monster though. Probably Jiren too. Yeah, I forgot about.
Jiren was cold. That motherfucker. He was dope, bro. He was dope.
He's built different.
Dope.
Yeah, he was built different. Built different for sure.
I want to see him and Broly fight. I really do. That'd be fucking dope.
Yeah, that's what people still debate who would win that.
Yeah.
Why does John Jones get the hate that he gets? There are multiple reasons. Some that I understand. The truth is, for a long portion of his career, he was a fuck up outside of the octagon.
Yeah.
I don't blame people for disliking him because of that. He's
a very shitty person. Did some very crazy shit.
Yeah.
Crimes and
he's done some very crazy shit. He's.
So like as a person himself, sure. just not likable, right? Like morally, like philosophy, again, like I'll give an example. Like you got Keanu Reeves, right? A very pure, no drama the whole nine, right? And then you got this motherfucker getting in trouble, crime, being a dick to everybody, being a bully and shit, and getting arrested over and over, like always some shit, right? But you can't take away from his legacy. At the end of the day, he is literally the GOAT. Like, that motherfucker's never lost a fight. Like, he is the best.
Never.
So, but yeah.
So, John's character is the main reason.
Yeah.
Obviously, people bring up PEDs. Yes, he tested positive a couple times.
Cheating allegations.
I believe it was... Yeah. So, there's that as well. Truth be told, it's almost undebatable that he's the greatest to ever do it. It is what it is. I think he's tested, if I'm not mistaken, with amounts that are trace amounts, meaning it wouldn't have enhanced performance either way. I think someone like John, just because of his gifts, he's that good. I don't think he's someone that would need to intentionally cheat. I don't think he's even careful enough. I mean, look at all the mistakes he's made in his personal life. You're really going to tell me that he wouldn't have fucked up if he was actually cheating and get caught like blatantly with high amounts of PEDs? Like
Conor McGregor, he's a perfect example. Like the UFC, like literally told the guy, like, "Hey, motherfucker, like there's this and this going on, whatever. Like if you either do this drug test or you're not, you're done." You know what I mean? So.
Yeah, exactly. Do you think Madara should voice Moro or someone else? I think that guy that the voice Madara is perfect. He seems like that seems like a similar voice that Moro would have when you like try to imagine what he would sound like. I think Moro would sound something like that. Very imposing, very strong presence. That's what I imagine when I hear Moro speak. Obviously, we haven't seen him speak. We've only seen him in the manga, in the Moro arc, but I don't mind that at all. Thoughts on Ronda Rousey? Ronda Rousey is an example of someone with some of the highest amounts of narcissism and ego that you'll ever see. She seems very bitter and resentful post career because I believe, I forgot what podcast she was on. She was just shit talking people,
Yeah,
like
shit talking.
shit talking Khabib, like, oh,
And
he
it's
just
like,
rides people,
it's
and
just
it's like,
crazy,
bitch,
Jay,
you're
because like the bitch like has no accountability. It's like, bitch, you had your spotlight, you had your phase, right? And then eventually you just weren't it anymore. You're not her anymore, right? Like you're not the best. You thought you were, but
yeah,
but other females came through. You know, better competition, better than you, and not one, not two, no, multiple. You know what I mean? Like you just weren't hurt.
yeah.
Like that's like John
She,
Jones. That's like John Jones being goated, right? Like he never loses, whatever, has his spotlight, and then out of nowhere now he's getting beat up by this person, by this person, by this person. But like, bitch, that's it. You just gotta accept the facts. You know what I mean? Like take your fucking L's and have some accountability for it. But instead, like she gets butt hurt, makes all the excuses, then starts shitting on everybody else, judging them. When you're literally talking about people that didn't have L's like you. Like what the fuck?
like, yeah, I forgot what podcast she was on, but she was blatantly just shit talking like some of the best to ever do it. She shit talked Joe Rogan for analyzing fights and giving his opinion on fights. Like, bro, first of all, Joe Rogan always gave you your props, always gave you your what you gained, what always talked about your legacy, and you go and say that he's just some dude talking about fighting, doesn't know shit. Like, what the fuck are you
Literally,
talking about?
bro,
He
like
first of all,
delusional.
he was there since UFC 1. Dana White fucking hired him when they first started the UFC. That means he's seen thousands of fights, and you mean to tell me that he doesn't know what he's talking about?
And
Like,
he talks with
first of
like
all, you're bitter.
professionals. Like he's
You're
around them. He works around
yeah.
them. Like he even trains with them.
He
Like
Yeah, he's seen more fights than most people on Earth have ever seen live. By the way, so her going on this rant, like this very like vindictive rant about like
emotional. Yeah.
Khabib and like, oh, he's a cock rider, and Joe Rogan doesn't know shit. I'm like, dude, you didn't evolve with the sport. You thought you were so good that you could
She went
just
to
stay
WWE
stagnant
because she
skill
lost so
wise.
many fucking
Yeah,
fights like a
she
dumb bitch.
yeah, she thought she was so godlike that she didn't have to evolve. And what happened? Holly Holm, who is a world class kickboxer, came in and whipped her fucking ass. Like, that's what happened. Then she came back and fought the actual female goat, Amanda Nunes, and she got knocked down the first round. Like, dude, you're not her. Yes, you're a pioneer of the sport. Yes, you'll always be remembered, but you got to show more respect to people that have done their due diligence in the
It's like
sport.
Conor McGregor all
It's
over again,
very
but female
disrespectful.
version. Conor McGregor. You know what I mean? Like it's like, bitch, you had
Yeah,
your face, but you're not the best. Like you're
yeah,
not the best, right?
you're
Like
not.
you're out there, right? You're definitely in
Yeah,
the talks, but you're not the best. Are you top 3? Fuck no. Are you top
definitely
5?
not.
Fuck no. Are you top
No,
10? Yeah.
not
Now we
even
have a
top three.
discussion. You know what I mean? So it's like, yeah,
Yeah.
no, it's yeah.
She's gonna have to live with that. She has to live with
It's
that.
because
What's
she's
up,
jealous.
John Jones? Come on,
Like
brother.
Jay, it's because she's jealous and
She
bitter.
is. She's
She really like
envious.
she's jealous of
Yeah,
Khabib. She's jealous. She's jealous of all these fucking legends, right? That have like either no
she is.
losses at all or only 1 or 2 lot. Like she's just fucking jealous. She's jealous. So I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, she's very envious. Weak mindset. She has a weak mindset.
Yeah.
She said that she was suicidal after losing to Holly Holm. Like, you're not built like that. You're not a champion after all. Champions don't respond to loss that way.
No, no.
So
You train.
it
You
is what it
train
is.
even
She has to
more.
live.
You continue to try. You fucking you do some Rock Lee shit or some Sasuke Naruto type shit. You train your fucking ass off and you get stronger, right? Or get better. And if you
Yeah,
can't, and
she just
let's say you
disappeared.
do
She's
that and
not
you
built.
still can't, it is what there's no shame in that. At least you fucking people will respect you trying, right?
Yeah, bro.
Instead of fucking shit talking or
Yeah,
being delusional. You know what I mean? Like
no one respects that.
no one respects that.
Yeah,
You're just making excuses for yourself because you're so fucking egotistical. You know, like at the end of the day, take some fucking accountability
yeah,
and just accept reality for what it is, right? You know what I mean? And that's her problem. Instead of training or trying to prove the world wrong or get better or whatever, blah blah. Instead, she talks all her shit, does all her delusional nonsense, and then goes to WWE, some fake ass fighting shit. How the fuck do you expect people to respect you and take you
fake.
seriously?
Yeah, fake shit.
How the fuck? What the?
Yeah,
Come
bro.
on, man. So
She
no.
dug her own grave there.
Yeah.
She dug her own grave. Thoughts on Jake, Andrew fights? Who did better in their matches? It's not even close. Jake Paul
Jake,
performed
absolutely.
light years better than Andrew Tate. And here's
Fighting an
why.
actual
Andrew Tate had a competitive fight with a shit Andrew Tate had a competitive fight with a retard that doesn't really know how to fight at all and lost, by the way. While conversely, Jake Paul, at least, yes, I'll admit, Joshua didn't come in there trying to knock him out right away, but he at least survived a couple rounds with a world class world champion who's 6'6" and can knock you out with a punch. That's far more commendable, far better performance. It's not even close. I do think Jake Paul would destroy Andrew Tate. And after those two performances, Jake Paul would destroy Andrew Tate. I have no doubt in my mind in a boxing match. And I never thought I would say that, but Tate's just not that good. John Jones, the Tom Brady of MMA. Man, the Tom Brady. Okay, I love John Jones. He's the GOAT in my opinion. Tom Brady, though, is far and away, no question, nobody, 99% of people that aren't just extremely biased say Tom Brady is the GOAT of football. Um, as far as who's the GOAT, most people would say John Jones, but I think there's still some people I don't think he is. A lot of people have Demetrius Johnson. A lot of people have Anderson Silva. A lot of people have GSP. I don't know if he's the Tom Brady of MMA. That guy is like universally accepted to be the best of all time. So everyone clowns Andrew Tate for losing his fight, but at least he tried. Yeah, facts, bro. You gotta give him
Yeah,
respect for that. He's a
yeah, facts.
multi-millionaire. He doesn't need to fight anymore, and he did it.
Also, I'm gonna say this real quick.
You
Tom
have to
Brady,
respect him
by
for
the
that.
way, like I'm just gonna put this out there. Tom Brady, he's like the greatest in like achieving like certain records or feats, like or like the most championships, like in a certain regard or whatever. But we all got to keep it a buck. He lost and folded many, many times though. Like
That's facts.
his win
Yeah.
loss ratio is pretty good. Don't get me wrong, but he lost a lot of times. Like I'm sorry, but he's not on the same level of like someone like John Jones or Khabib or or Michael Jordan. You know what I mean? Like you're talking about motherfuckers that just never lost. Like they established their reputation, everything, whatever the whole nine. While this guy, like I'm just putting that out there. I mean, like everybody's always talking about Tom Brady or like trying to say these things, but he's not really like that crazy. You know what I mean? Like as what people think.
Yeah.
Like he's goated. Like if we're talking about quarterbacks alone, definitely, absolutely. But like in comparison to other sports or other people's legacies, it's not even a fucking competition, bro. It's not. So
Yeah. Um, Fortnite Goku versus John Dragon Ball. John Dragon Ball.
oh, what the fuck?
Oh, the guy that plays Goku?
What is even that?
I don't know what that is.
Yeah.
What's going on, by the way, Noah? There are people who say Tora art has surpassed Toriyama. No way, in my opinion. No, that's not possible. It'll always be the motherfuckers who are worse in their fields that talk shit. Facts. I even see this shit when I'm playing competitive video game. The motherfucker who is performing the worst in the game is always the one talking the most shit. Yeah, it's to cope for the fact that they are inferior. What's funny about Andrew Tate losing is that he went on to say in a video that the reason he lost was because God wanted him to. Yeah, he's definitely coping there. He lost because he was the inferior man. I mean, it is what it is. I'm not gonna lie though. Imagine being Eli Manning, the only guy in the league that Tom Brady could never beat.
Yeah.
Bro. I know Eli
Literally.
Manning. That's one thing that Eli has over Peyton. He never lost to him in the big game.
Yep.
Eli could tell Peyton, "Hey, bro, you lost to him when you were in Indianapolis a couple times. He never beat me, never." Now with Denver, I will say this: when Peyton was in Denver with the Broncos, Brady never beat him in Mile High Stadium in the AFC Championship. He never beat him, so Peyton has at least that. To be fair, that was mostly because of the defense back then. They had like Von Miller and that unit that they had. But that's something Payne could say. But Eli in the Super Bowl was a defeat against Brady. That's pretty fucking crazy. Brady beat everybody else. So that's wild. The only other guys that beat him were the Eagles,
Yeah.
I believe. That's it. Which era had the best music? Bro, that's a good question. It had to, honestly,
That's kind of hard though. It's like, what are we
between the-
talking about? You know what I mean?
yeah.
Like, are we saying in general? Are we saying because like there's certain points in time throughout like the
2000s
time
were pretty
periods.
spectacular.
Yeah,
but,
2000s were
you know,
incredible.
Um,
It just depends.
2010s.
Man.
I mean, yeah, 2000s was like Eminem and fucking.
Definitely not now. Definitely
Eyed
not
Peas.
fucking now.
No, not now.
Hell, not
now.
during this
Yeah,
time period. Like from like 2020 to 2025. Fuck no. Fuck
Yeah,
no.
exactly.
Like music really shined and went crazy from the 2000s to like 2015 or 2017. That's where it was really fucking good. You know what I mean? And then throughout like those time periods, there was like XYZ, like different branches of why it was golden at this point, golden at this one. It was always some artist popping off, whether if it was Drake or Lil Wayne or Kanye or whoever the fuck it was, right? Eminem, whatever. Like it was always somebody having their spotlight for like a set amount of time, you know, cumulatively wise. And then eventually, like, it just faded a little bit. Like, they still had their legacy. They're still the GOAT, whatever, even to this day. But it wasn't nowhere near to where it was before, right? Like, their prime, right? You know? So, like, overall, like, that's a hard question. It really is. But, like, I guess if we're saying, like, in general, like, out of all time, I guess the 2000s? Well, it's between the 2000s or 2010 plus. It's between those two.
Yeah, it was... 2000 was so loaded, you know. In the rap field, we had like 50 Cent, Lil Wayne. Yeah. Then we had
you even had like the good R&B singers like Akon, fucking, you know, a bunch of
Neo, and fucking all these people, like some pretty lit people. 2010s was pretty loaded too. Yeah. Maybe not as loaded. We had Drizzy, of course, who was leading the helm. Yeah. Nicki Minaj.
I think J. Cole like came into all of it after 2010. You know, so there was that too. Cole.
Yeah, J. Cole, Kendrick.
Yep, Kendrick.
You know, yeah, guys like that as well. The Eagles with Nick Foles. Dude, Nick Foles, when he was in the playoffs, bro, he'd play like Tom Brady. I don't know why. The guy is not like he's not like a franchise quarterback, but when he's for whatever reason, when the guy is in playoffs, the guy plays like a fucking legend. I don't know why. He's just one of those guys.
Yeah.
I love that Denver defense, bro. That Denver defense, bro, was stacked. Yeah. That was my favorite team. I was happy to be.
You know that defense reminded me of? Obviously. When the Steelers used to be the best and they earned all the most championships. They earned all the most championships in defense alone. Like they literally brought the motto and the saying, defense wins championships. Like, because that's how fucking god tier like their offense was ass. It was like average, you know, but their defense was so fucking scary that it didn't even matter if their offense could carry or not. Like the other team just couldn't score. Like it was insane, you know.
Facts. Yeah, defense definitely wins championships. A good example, Denver, I believe, versus Cam Newton's Panthers in 2016 when Payton retired. Payton was already, the truth is he was ass. He was like 40 years old. Yeah. Fell off a cliff, literally had to just not throw an interception. And Cam Newton was in his prime, won 15 games, only lost one game the whole season. Didn't matter. Defense won the championship. Von Miller was on his ass. Yeah. You know, the defense was on his ass, and that was it. Like, bro, that shows defense wins championships. Even when you have a declining fucking quarterback who's like mid, it doesn't matter. Like, bro, that was spectacular. The Seahawks in 2013, another example. When the Broncos were the best offense ever, statistically, the Seahawks took Peyton out. He couldn't do shit.
Like Jay,
he got shut out almost.
Jay, honestly, that motto, it's really for anything too. Boxing, Floyd Mayweather, John Jones, you know, Floyd, UFC, like
John Jones.
Like there's so like anyone that excelled in defense, like like what do you do, right? Like if you master defense, it doesn't matter if your offense is the best or trash or average. Like they just can't do anything, and then you just like capitalize in the defense and fuck them up. You know, like
yeah, like the only place where you can't really play defense now is probably basketball because the rules are so dog shit. Like
basketball, for sure.
Because if you
go like physical contact sports, like that, it excels. Yeah, crazy. Yeah,
pre 2000s, like Jordan's era and before, defense would win championships.
Oh yeah,
defense would win championships. Like the Pistons, when Jordan didn't have Pippen yet, the reason they whipped his ass is because they literally had a game plan called the Jordan plan, which is to fucking bully his ass all game and not let him score shit.
Yeah.
That literally and they beat him like 2 years in a row. And until when he got Pippen, became the GOAT. He became the GOAT, and that was all she wrote. But before that, you couldn't beat him. Could not beat them. Prime Lil Wayne is criminally underrated. Facts, bro. He's not spoken about enough. Andrew was outboxing Chase at first, doing decent, but then he gassed badly. Honestly, bro, probably all the smoking he does. He smokes a lot. I'm a huge 2000s rock guy. Rock in the 2000s, bro, is underrated. There's no doubt about it. Shakur beat the brakes off Tio. I saw that. Shakir is one of the most promising boxers of today. Young fighters. Any good rap beefs going on currently? No. It seems like everyone's staying in their lane. Yeah, after the Kendrick versus Drake beef, it seems like people are not as willing to engage in beef. Maybe because of how far it went. Fucking Drake bringing up Kendrick beating his wife and Kendrick calling Drake a pedo and all this shit. So it's it was a dark beef. I loved it. It was real. It was raw and uncensored. Um, but that's gonna make many people hesitant to do the same. Unpopular opinion, I like mumble rap. There's some songs that are mumble that aren't bad because they're just that hype. Um, but yeah, most of it's ass. The Denver defense won Super Bowl 50. Facts, bro. Goated. Hot take Kakashi is versus Obito is overrated. That's fair. I feel like people do hype it up a lot. It's mostly because of who's fighting, not they fight or how the fight went. So I could see that. The Seahawks are going to win this defense with defense this year as well. Dude, the Seahawks in the Super Bowl, if you would have told me that would have happened at the beginning of the season, I would not have believed you. That's all I got to say. Shout out to the Seahawks, though, bro. Shout out to the Seahawks, bro. That is crazy. They made it all the way. That is insane. Like, man, their defense is solid. Their defense is solid. There's no doubt about that. Um, that's an interesting Super Bowl. It's new. It's not anything any of us expected. That's for damn sure. So they have a stacked defense out there, man. They got a stacked defense. I mean, Kendrick annihilated Drake on national television. Yeah, bro, that's scared a lot of people. People do not want to go through that. They don't want to risk crucifixion, social crucifixion. You know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, it was insane. It was insane. But yeah, Fakes, any questions at all, feel free. Any questions at all, the more the merrier. I think there was one more question that someone asked. What do you guys ask?
That was another thing, Jay. Before we get to the question, I saw this video recently on the YouTube feed. Apparently, TG did a video that NC Hammer already did, but he did his own video of ranking the Mangekyo Shotogun, which I thought was pretty cool.
Oh shit! I think I saw that. Yeah, I saw that he posted that.
Yep.
Shout out to TG. He's been on the grind.
I wonder what he has ranked though and how he did it. Because again, it was like we said before, like it really matters like how we're analyzing it, right? I mean that's really important. So
yeah,
but
that definitely matters.
Yeah.
I predicted Shakur to win, but I couldn't bet on him because of my state's age. Yeah, but Shakur is a monster. What's y'all favorite Naruto fights? Gaara versus Rock Lee still gives me chills. Dude, Rock Lee versus Gaara will forever be in my top 3.
That was insane. Like the morality, philosophy element. The fucking, like, just everything. The feels, emotionally, how crazy sinister Gaara was, like, the freak he was, the menace. Like a genius, basically. It's like a genius versus hard work. It was just amazing, man. Like, it was just such a good fight. Like, they did everything perfectly. Like, emotionally, the action was on point. They even added some fucking DBZ elements, man. When that motherfucker started going gates and shit, like, it was fucking crazy, bro. Like,
yeah, facts.
Like,
I would say, man, there's so many good fights.
Yeah, definitely.
Naruto versus Sasuke.
Kakashi. Well, like it depends on what we're talking about. Like if it's like out of all Naruto fights, that makes it definitely a lot more harder. But like, so like if it's out of all like, all right, we'll simplify it first. Part 1 only, Jay. What's your top 3 fights? Not top 5, top 3. Make it harder.
Rock Lee versus Gaara, Naruto versus Sasuke.
Yep.
And
Hiruzen versus Orochimaru.
Probably that one.
Yeah, that's what I would say. Yeah, like Lee versus Gaara, Naruto versus Sasuke, and Hiruzen versus Orochimaru. That's my top 3 for part 1, Naruto. Now, if we're doing top 5, definitely Kakashi versus Zabuza. Fucking amazing.
Well, that was lit. That was lit.
What's it called? And then if we had to do another one, I would say Itachi. Versus basically Konoha. Like if you count that really as because it really is basically just Kakashi fucking dicking down everybody. You know what I mean? Like no homo. But he was he literally just came out of nowhere and just fucking said he was him. Like he was just bullying everybody. Like fucking but I won't even say all. Like that's not really fair. Itachi versus the Asuma, Kakashi, and Kurenai. That was very good. That was pretty dope. Like that was fucking fire. Yeah.
Yeah, he just fucking
So,
clapped their shit. I was
like,
like, damn,
and
bro.
it wasn't because like the fight itself. It was just because of Itachi himself, like just who he was, like
He's a
just
monster.
his lore, like
Yeah.
everything. Like at that point in time, like the whole setup of him being like this evil, sinister entity, this heartless guy that just slaughtered the clan, about like just everything with it. And then even Orochimaru, like being like, yeah, like I'm scared of him, like I
Like
can't beat
shitting his
him.
pants.
Yeah, like bro, like we got all that information about this guy, and then we finally see him, and
He's godlike.
and then even Kakashi was like shitting himself. Like the only
Yeah,
person,
fucking-
the only person that they put during part one at the time with like just limited knowledge and like us only knowing part one at the time, the only person that was shown implied to actually be on Itachi's level was like Jiraiya, right? So like in theory, like
Yeah.
even here is in whatnot, but Orochimaru, I guess, was just fodder at that time. That's the funny part. Like, if we
Yeah,
think
which
of
is
part,
weird.
which is
Weird.
weird.
Huh.
Like, if we think of like part one only, like they literally had like Itachi and Jiraiya and Hiruzen at the peak, but Orochimaru was below. But yet it never made sense because Orochimaru was always said to be above Jiraiya in part one.
Jiraiya.
Yeah, like so, like you see what I'm saying? Like it was
Yeah.
so fucking weird. But like, but again, like that's why it made more sense. Like with the contradictions alone in part one. That's why, like, when we get Shippuden, when we see, like, it's like, oh, now it makes sense because he was holding back. You know what I mean? He was holding back against Jiraiya. He was like, all right, let me.
Yeah,
he was like, let me come down to your fodder ass level. Sorry.
Yeah. I guess Yeet and Cardi count as mumble rap. I actually like Yeet. I like Yeet. Future's good as well. Future has good mumble
Yeah, he's
rap.
good.
I won't
He's
lie.
good. Yeah.
Future has good mumble rap. Yeah. Lil Yachty or 6ix9ine, who's more goated? Lil Yachty, bro, for sure.
Yeah. 6ix9ine fucking.
6ix9ine had like one bop, and that was it.
Yeah.
My brother and I discussed Wolverine versus Homelander. Oh yeah, Homelander would fucking. Here's the thing, Homelander could, like you said, could throw him into fucking space.
Yeah.
Or like,
Bro, he
throw him
could
into
literally fly.
like-
He could grab Wolverine and like fucking like and just like throw him in the fucking ocean. Like just fly like
Yeah,
super
he'll drown.
deep. Like he could grab him from behind, and, like just go like. But it depends how you view the scaling too. Like right, like if you think Homelander is like that much physically superior, then yeah, like there's just so many ways he can beat his his healing regen. Right, like we've seen it in Marvel
Yeah.
Comics, drowning
Drown
Wolverine,
him.
space oxygen, you know what I mean, like deprivation. Like there's so many ways to go about it.
Yeah.
But that's if you have now. If
I
you,
do think.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do think.
no, you're good. Go ahead.
Yeah, I do think Wolverine would probably impale him. Well, Homelander's definitely physically faster, obviously, but if Wolverine has a chance to stab him, it could be fatal. It could be fatal more than likely.
Yeah,
If
because the
fucking
guy got hurt
Maeve
by a
could stab him
pencil.
in the fucking-
Yeah.
Yeah, if Maeve could stab him in the fucking ear with a pencil, then Wolverine could stab him in the brain with his fucking
Oh, yeah.
adamantium claws.
He's
so.
fucking him up.
But more than likely, if Homelander's careful and he sees those shits come out of his fucking fists, right? He's like, oh fuck. And he's like, I'm just gonna laser this fucker or throw his ass into space. Then, that's probably the most likely.
But like, here's the thing too. Like,
Homelander's not
it
dumb.
depends what Wolverine we're talking about too, because he is a composite character. Like Homelander is not. He's not a composite. Like he's just very set in stone.
No, he's
Thankfully, Wolverine's a composite. So it depends on version we're talking, because there are certain Wolverines out there that have like insane feats, like speed wise or whatever. And if we're taking that
Yeah.
into consideration,
Clap Homelander.
then Wolverine's fucking slamming, right? He has the AP, now he has the speed, or even if he bare minimum has the relativity, right? Like, then Homelander's fucked. And then not only that, Wolverine knows how to fight. He can throw hands. He, like, with how long he's been alive, his experience, his martial arts and all that, whatever, like, he's been able to go toe-to-toe with, like, really, really good martial artists. While Homelander, he's just a brute. He doesn't really know how
Hulk
to fight.
and shit.
Yeah, he's like Hulk, basically. So
Yeah,
there's
he's
that,
brute.
too. So, like, it really depends. But, like, overall, like, if we're going with the most consistent showings of Wolverine, then I would also agree Homelander should be definitely physically superior. Like, faster, probably stronger, too, you know, shit like that.
Yeah, he Homelander's not like ridiculously dumb. Once he feels how heavy Wolverine is and stuff, something like throwing him in the ocean seems likely. Like he might just throw his ass, like grab him quickly, throw his ass fucking across the city and throw him into a pond or some shit like that. Yeah, that's very likely. Wolverine could win though. If Homelander slips and he stabs him in the heart or something, he's cooked.
Yeah.
So, despite the hate it gets, Sasori versus Sakura and Chihiro is underrated. Facts. That is underrated.
Oh, yeah.
There's definitely not that much physically stronger than Wolverine. Bro can box with the Hulk. Yeah, for a period of time he can. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like Homelander tries to grab him, he just gets shredded. It depends how. If he flies into him, the literal like air resistance and stuff would make it hard for Wolverine to stab him.
All he has
But
to
if he just
do,
like
all he has to
goes
do
up
is
to him
get
and puts
behind
his
him.
hand on,
All he has to do is just get behind him and grab him, and then
yeah,
just bring him wherever.
depends.
You know, like if he's going in front of him and doing an attack, like obviously that's going to be very, like fucking bad because then Wolverine could just react and then stab him. You know, so.
Yeah,
But,
he can't give Wolverine enough time to react because if he stabs him fatally, he's cooked. He'll
but
die.
here's the issue:
Um,
if Homelander is way physically faster, even if he does a front attack, like if he's blitzing him and like Wolverine doesn't even have time to react before the blow is already done, he's dead, right? But let's say you don't think he's that much faster, but you think he still is faster. So like, yeah, all he has to do is every time Wolverine throws an attack while he's grabbing him from the front is just dodge it. Literally just move out of the claw's ways. That's it. Like boom, 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 boom. You know what I mean? Like, and then
yeah,
just do whatever he needs to do. Like he could be moving and dodge Wolverine's attacks at the same time. That's very, very possible. Like he literally does it.
yeah, exactly.
You know, so
Yeah.
yeah.
Who's your favorite movie killer? Probably Jason. Jason's
Okay.
pretty lit. Or Michael Myers.
Yeah.
Chucky was always like cringe to me.
Yeah, I
Freddy's
didn't like
alright.
Chucky either. Yeah. And I would say
Yeah,
Michael
Freddy's
Myers,
okay.
Michael Myers, or Jason too. Yeah. Ghostface, I wasn't really a fan of that
Yeah.
much because like you know what I
Oh
mean,
yeah,
Jay.
that
Like
shit
you can't
is.
really, yeah. Like it's just
Yeah.
not like an actual horror element to me is like Freddy Krueger. You know what I mean? Like, but see, Freddy Krueger, he's horror until he starts doing like that weirdo shit, right? Like that's where it's like, okay, wait, like. So
Yeah.
so that's why. But with Jason and Michael, they're just straight to the fucking point. They're cold and calculated. They don't talk. Like they're literally like the epitome of like horror, right? Like they don't fuck around. You know what I mean? They just get straight to like some Itachi shit. They get straight
Yeah.
to it. You know?
They're straight to the point.
Yeah, and like that's why
Yeah.
I fuck with them a lot more too. Yeah.
Facts. You ever heard of the Ginger Dead Man movies? I've heard of it. I've never seen it though.
Never seen it.
Never
Yeah,
seen that
I've
movie.
never even heard of it.
If,
So
if, yeah, if Wolverine can get close up, cut him up. Homelander should fly and keep the distance. He'd have to keep the distance. Yeah.
yeah.
Heavy Sasuke versus Jiraiya, the honest truth. Heavy
Oh.
Sasuke would never reach his Sonic level.
Yeah.
He would get cooked by Jiraiya.
Like,
He'd get cooked by Jiraiya.
like guys, how many times I gotta say it?
He-
This guy
he stalemated
barely
fucking
won.
Zero.
Yeah, from a deathbed fucking Orochimaru, bro. Barely.
Yeah, he got cooked.
Like actually, no, I wouldn't even say barely. Like he actually, not, yeah. When he actually analyzed the fight, like you read it wrong, type shit. Title of the video. He lost to Orochimaru on his deathbed. He literally lost. He got outsmarted, got paralyzed by his poison in the air, whatever. Like Sasuke fucked it. Like he was physically superior when he went. He had to go see him too, because like that's the thing. That's the crazy thing too. Like you guys forget this. Like Sasuke tried to fight him like base to base, right? And he was not on his level. Like Orochimaru like amped himself, transformed to the white snake, whatever shit. And then Sasuke's like, oh fuck, like I'm about to get bitched. Then he amps himself, go see him too. So like basically like base to base, like Sasuke was over Orochimaru's like deathbed weakened base body. Orochimaru amps himself to the snake mode. Now he's over Sasuke. Sasuke has to go to CM2, not CM1, CM2, okay? Now he's over him, but then Orochimaru just used some hack shit and outsmarted him, and then healed, and then he couldn't move. Like, he literally could have killed Sasuke right there and then. The only reason why he didn't kill him was because he wanted to absorb his body, right? And then get, like, the Sharingan and shit and the whole nine.
Yeah, he was valuable to him.
Yeah, so so because of that plot convenience, Orochimaru tried to do that, got cocky and arrogant, and then underestimated the power of the fucking Sharingan and Sasuke's willpower. And because of the Sharingan, not because of his power, the Sharingan and his will, he was able to reverse it and then absorb him instead. So, like, that's what you have for, right? And then again, like the confirmation
Literally
was
come
what
down
he
to-
tells to Kirin, like, I only beat him because he was weak. You know what I mean? Because she was giving him shit. She's like, how can you beat a Soning?
that's literally what he said.
She was literally like the whole point of it. She was giving him shit like, how can you beat a Soning but struggle this badly to an Akatsuki member like Deidara? And he's like, oh well, he was weak. That's why. That's all there is to it. Like that's the only reason why I beat him. He flat out conceded why he beat him. You know, so like Like again, like it's really that simple. Like all the evidence is there. You just have like sophists, or you have like people that just try to be weird, or somehow, some way make it a contentious fight when it's not. So but yeah.
Yeah, facts. The fact that Freddy attacks when you're in your sleep scared the shit out of me growing up. Yeah, bro, you're vulnerable.
Oh yeah, like that's where he shined. Like he was great in all those aspects. It's just whenever he started doing the horny weird shit, it's like, okay, now you're losing me. You know what I mean? Like he had his spotlight, but he always fucked it up with his weirdo shit. And then not only that, when you know his background and like in his whole lore, he's a pedophile. Like that's literally the whole point of Freddy, that he did shit to kids. And then he got killed for it and burned the whole nine, and then he came back as like a supernatural entity to like get vengeance on people killing him for being a weirdo. That's literally what the story is.
Yeah, it was fire. Yeah. It was fire when Jason whooped his ass. That was peak.
Like when Michael at least doesn't be fucking doing shit to kids. Nor Jason, I think.
Yeah, he was just a murderer. Yeah, that's all he was.
Yeah.
I haven't seen Boys, but I think Sage Mode Naruto clears the verse. Maybe Four Tails Naruto as well. Four Tails Naruto would clear the majority. The only one that possibly could stand a chance would be like Soldier Boy and Homelander. Everyone else he would obliterate.
Yeah. But even then, they're getting clapped because like Naruto could keep healing. Like he could regenerate in V2. His durability is fucking insane. Like the amount of like temperature, like his chakra is super fucking hot. Like, yeah.
Yeah, I think Sage Mode Naruto would react to anything that Homelander has, and as well as Soldier Boy. I don't think they'd be able to hit him. Yeah, it'd be very difficult.
Like the destruction capacity too, Jay. Like from the Four Tails, like bro, just him lifting up his hand and smacking the ground, like made a crazy ass explosion. Then we see like Homelander going all out against like Superboy, and they're not even blowing up the building. You know what I mean? Like they can go through a building, they can punch through, but like just like their punches like colliding and like or just hit, like it's not. You know what I mean? Like it's not. They're nowhere near as strong. That's the whole point, right? I'm not saying that they can't go through a building. But,
Yeah, Naruto would most likely win that. He's much more skilled, like in hand to hand than Soldier Boy and Homelander. Everyone else he would probably one shot. But Homelander, let's say Homelander.
Yeah, he has the frog Kumite too, like the
he would just outskill them.
Yeah.
The summonings, the frog kata. He has Rasen Shurikens, which would probably greatly damage both.
Oh yeah.
Or more than likely Rasengans.
You know what Naruto would do, Jay? Naruto would do a shadow clone for each one.
Probably, yeah.
Like boom, 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 boom. All right, Sage Mode. Fight a fucking Sounding level shadow clone now. Good luck.
Yeah, they get clapped. I think he's too much for someone of the boys' caliber.
If we're talking like War Arc Sage Mode, like War Arc Sage Mode, you know what I mean? Shit like that.
That would be too much.
I mean, like that's just crazy. Like, and then like Pain Arc Sage Mode, that even is also like it's. I think scaling wise, it's still too much, but at least I think they have the best chance with that type of Sage Mode art, to where he's just starting. Chance. Yeah, that they have a better chance, but.
Yeah, Lil Pump versus 6ix9ine, two goats. Who's better? Honestly, 6ix9ine's better than Lil Pump. Lil Pump hasn't had shit since what the fuck was that stupid ass song called? Gucci Man, or I forgot what the fuck it was called. Gucci Gang.
I'm not gonna lie.
That was like his own
low key. You guys might hate to hear this, but like I can't fuck with that type of genre really. Like I'm more towards the lyrical rappers, or like more towards like a Drake. You know what I mean? Or what's the other guy's fucking name? Fuck, I can't remember his name. But like that type of genres or that type of atmosphere music, like the atmosphere that you guys are talking about right now, like that's more towards the mumble, right? And just like really good beats or whatever. The only guy I really ever fucked with heavy with that type of like genre or art style was like Future. Like there was certain ones that I could tolerate or deal with, right? Yeah. But like a lot of them, I can't, man. I can't do it. Like, call me Eminem when he made that Kamikaze album and he just fucking roasted them all. Like he just shitted on that genre. Like they said, you all are fucking ass.
Mumble shit.
Yeah. Like,
yeah, literally.
It is what it is. But I just can't, man. I can't.
Yeah. I don't really do horror movies, but I've seen a few, especially if they're so poorly made that it's funny. Now that I'm older, I don't really watch them either. It was when I was younger, I'd watch that shit.
Yeah, no.
It didn't age well.
It did not age well.
Yeah, Sage Naruto definitely clears the boys verse facts. Which Jinchuriki has the best design? The best design? That's a good question.
Like what do you mean? Like what transformation? Like if we're just saying like the Jinchuriki itself, Then I would say Killer B was pretty dope. The way he looked
Yeah,
and like
that
you
one was
know,
pretty sick.
like the guy
Coolest
that
Tail Beast.
yeah, like if it's the
Coolest looking.
yeah Tail Beast, I would. What do you think, Jay? What would you say?
I fuck with Son Goku. I think he's
Right?
pretty lit.
Yeah,
Pretty
his
lit.
was
Yeah,
crazy.
he looks lit.
Yeah, his was
His was
crazy.
lit.
Uh,
Uh,
fucking
the Two Tails wasn't bad. Like the cool blue shit was
yeah.
cool.
I don't know. Like the only
Blue
ones I really
aura.
like for my top three, it was definitely Son Goku. Like that dude that was fucking cool looking. Um, and then I would say Killer Bee and Naruto. That's me though. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But if I had
Killer
to,
Bee and Naruto for sure.
but if I had to exclude Killer Bee and Naruto, then I would say the Seven Tails, whatever her fucking name is, Fu, whatever. I liked how she could fly.
Oh, yeah, she's
like
cool.
the fact she could fly and shit.
Yeah, that was sick.
That was crazy. Yeah, like imagine a
that
fucking
was lit.
Seven Tails fucking tail beast flying and shooting Biju bombs. Like basically
Yeah.
Datara, but on crack. Like that's fucking
Yeah,
crazy.
exactly.
You know.
Yeah,
So
that's-
Seven Tails was dope. Fucking. You know, the Son Goku, whatever you fucking want to call him, the monkey, that was dope. And then after that, yeah, I would say the Two Tails, the fucking blue energy shit, that was fucking badass. That was really cool.
That was fire.
Yeah.
Yeah, I fuck with that.
So
I heard Homelander can survive a nuke. Yeah, it stated in the show too that he can. Basically, the fucking bitch that he was obsessed with in the first season,
yeah,
Madeline Still, whatever the fuck her name is. She basically says like not even nukes could stop him. Like there's no weapon on Earth that could stop him. That is true. You can interpret that in different ways. Maybe they just
Yeah.
want to be able to catch him, or
because he can just
like,
fly,
tank it.
he can
straight
fly and
up.
just get away, and
Yeah.
and then they're just killing people for no reason, like you know what I mean? Yeah. So
Yeah. To imply that he can tank it seems more far fetched if he's getting damaged by like fucking Maeve and shit.
exactly,
It just
yeah,
seems
no,
unlikely.
no, because a fucking a person that's like enhanced with super strength stabbing you with a fucking pencil, like you gotta remember, like these guys are casual like building busters, right? Like they can punch
Yeah.
through walls and buildings and fuck up cities and shit, like casually, right? But like a nuke can do the exact same thing effortlessly. So like, yeah, I don't think he's taking a nuke head on and just like, oh yeah, like fucking Superman, right? Like Superman could tank shit like that.
Oh nah.
But
Yeah,
not
probably
Homelander. Like he's
Probably not.
definitely getting fucked up by the physical recoil, you know, the physical damage, and on top of it, even worse, debatably, arguably, we have not seen any resistant feats for radiation for him. For all we know, if he breathes that shit in, that could
this
fuck
hasn't
him
been
up.
confirmed at all.
Yeah, like there's no like
Yeah.
for all we know, like radiation can be his kryptonite and fuck him up because internally, right? You know, so like I wouldn't say the radiation would fuck up his body, but if he breathes it in, like you know, like that could probably fuck him up. Maybe his organs are nowhere near. You know, there's a lot we don't know about Homelander. That's the problem. You know, so.
Yeah.
It's very ambiguous. Like again, like Jay said, like it depends how you interpret it. Like it's either yeah, probability wise, it's definitely not just him straight up tanking it. Like just no way.
Yeah, it's very, very unlikely. It's
No.
so fucking yeah, it's very unlikely that that's the case. I'm not gonna lie, I never liked Drake even before the beef. I just never fucked with any of his music. Yeah, I mean, some people do, some people don't.
Yeah.
In the comic, apparently the government found out they have no means of killing Homelander, even nukes, when he was a baby. Yeah, in the comics maybe it's different, but let's see, what's the boys' good AP and durability feats? Durability, the best durability feat I can think of. Let's see here. I mean, there's no like displays of people tanking missiles and shit. You just don't see that. Um, you don't see that at all, really, because it's just usually soups fighting each other. Bullets, obviously, you see that constantly. You do see Soldier Boy when he's being tortured by the Russians. They're like shooting like they're literally shooting inside of his mouth with like high caliber rounds, and it's just bouncing off him. So you could basically say perhaps his organs are also high durability. So high durability rounds cannot affect them.
Yeah.
Poisons can affect them. When Mother Milk, the dude throws that, when the guy that Soldier Boy killed his entire family.
Yeah.
When he gets bloodlusted, he throws a halogen at fucking Soldier Boy, and he literally inhales it. That's like a lethal fucking poison to a human. He inhales it like it's a fucking vape. He's like, "What do you think you're gonna do with that shit?" He
Yeah,
just
that
throws
is
it
true.
away.
That is true. Yeah.
Yeah, that was impressive. So I would say, if he's tanking fucking high caliber bullets inside of his fucking mouth, like in his mouth, not even his skin, then probably, RPGs, grenades, the conventional weapons like that probably wouldn't kill him. Maybe he'd even tank them.
No,
But when we're
if it
talking
was
about
that
nukes and
easy,
shit,
if it was that easy to hurt him, whatever,
yeah,
then the military is all they would need. Like get a fucking air support, the whole nine. So like again, like I do
yeah,
think they have pretty impressive durability. Like they're gonna be able to definitely deal with the majority of things, but a nuke is a whole other level of power, man. Like that's what you guys are just not understanding.
yeah,
Like that's some next level fucking AP and even destructive capacity.
yeah.
And then again, radiation
And
itself, that's a whole other fucking other element of attack, too. Like it's different than from a fucking, like what we saw with Soldier, but that's the problem. Like, so I will agree. Like, can like just like air support or a fucking RPG, do something or fuck them up maybe a little bit or whatever? Probably not, because if it was that simple, then they would just be doing military fucking tactics or strategy and formation, and there you go, right?
yeah, they would kill him
So
already.
yeah, they would kill him. Like
They would have killed him.
or they would at least have a leash on them. They'd be like, hey, keep fucking around, and we're gonna send the army and just fucking kill you, right? You either do what you're
Yeah.
fucking told, or we're killing you. So yeah, no, I don't think
And
it's that
here's the
simple.
thing too,
Yeah,
they did say that they tested everything on Homelander,
yeah,
but to test a nuclear weapon, you can't really do that without collateral damage. So
yeah.
unless there's like in the
Unless
comics
they
that I
brought him
don't
to an
know of, they
island,
actually nuke him.
yeah, like an island,
Yeah,
or maybe
unless
like
in
in
the
the
yeah again, I
ocean.
guess at least
Yeah.
if in the comics, unless I'm not aware of like him as a kid, they send him somewhere and they nuke his ass and just kill him. That will confirm it. But to test a nuclear weapon is very dangerous because again, collateral damage, and radiation that would spread and make places
Yeah,
inhabitable.
so I just looked it up, Jay.
Um,
I looked it up. It says Homelander has never officially tanked a nuclear weapon in the comics or show. So yeah, no, he hasn't
yeah,
been shown to just straight up tank as a feat or whatever. They say the only thing that can possibly imply that he might survive any weapon on Earth is what we've been talking about, the statement.
yeah,
Some people say it's
statements.
considered unproven hyperbole or exaggeration, or pretend, you know what I mean, and that he's consistently shown to be vulnerable to high level concentrated attacks. So
Yeah,
therefore,
exactly,
more than very very unlikely probability that he can just straight up tank a nuke, to the face.
exactly.
So I
Yeah,
think what they mean again is because he's so fast and he can fly, he could just easily avoid the missile. Better yet, what he would do is literally just fly, grab the missile, and just throw it wherever he wants, and then just fly away. And then now he fucking just it backfires. You know what I mean? Like it's not gonna work. He's faster
yeah.
than
He
the
could
missile.
redirect it.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
it just wouldn't work. They're not going to hit him,
yeah,
or he could redirect it and cause severe casualties. So yeah,
exactly. Yeah. Hot take: Pain has more aura than Madara. Pain had a lot of aura, but I don't know about more than Madara, but yeah. Homelander versus Gojo. I actually think Gojo would probably win that. He does have domain expansion,
yep, yeah,
to infiltrate Homelander's brain, and
yeah. The
he has
purple
infinity.
could debatably fuck him up
Homelander,
too.
yeah, yeah. So things like that could possibly hurt him. It's likely. Um, Gojo has like almost an infinite amount of curse energy. I mean, I think domain expansion would be his best bet. Infinite void. Um, that'd be his best bet. The Homelander could theoretically win. Could theoretically win, but yeah. I feel like they would have tested at least radiation in Homelander before, but then again, I'm just speculating. Yeah, um, radiation is possible in a controlled environment. Um, Homelander can't touch Gojo. Yeah, Homelander would have to
Oh,
outlast Gojo's curse
I just
energy,
remember this,
which is
Jay. Homelander was just recently brought into the current multiversal DC event. It's basically DC's tournament. It's basically DC copying the Tournament of Power from Dragon Ball Super. So shout out to Dragon Ball Super. DC's like, oh, you know what?
yeah.
That's a good
Yeah, I
idea.
heard about that.
Yeah, and they're doing that currently right now. Darkseid basically forced everyone in DC because he somehow became like omnipotent or really powerful, to where he's basically forcing everyone to be in a tournament of power, villains and heroes, and they all just have to basically fight to the death or win, and whoever survives gets granted the Omega power that Darkseid has as well, and then it can be able to challenge Darkseid and potentially save the multiverse and blah blah blah. That's currently what's going on, and Joker, ironically, is currently winning, by the way, which, of course, it's fucking Joker. But yeah, you all always want to talk shit to Batman and Joker.
Yeah,
But yeah, But yet you're fucking or you guys are real quick to talk shit. Oh, he's human level or blah, blah, blah. But yet this motherfucker is in a death fucking tournament of power and is somehow surviving against heroes, villains, crazy fucking strong motherfuckers. You know that can fight Superman, whatever. And he's able to live, outsmart, and then somehow become the biggest threat and is winning the tournament. Like so. Anyway, shout out to Joker. But anyways,
Facts.
what's it called? But point being said is Homelander just recently so. The Absolute Verse is being sent to that Tournament of Power. Darkseid is playing more fucked up games and bringing Absolute Batman and all these Absolute characters. He's letting them participate as well. And they're going to interact with our Batman and our Superman, the whole nine. But on top of it, he also went to other fucking verses. So he's infiltrating the Omniverse and going to other verses and went to Homelander's verse, grabbed his bitch ass and said, "You're participating." And he's gone to other verses from like other fictional places that DC got permission to include. And Homelander's in that bitch. And just letting you know,
crazy.
Homelander is getting bitched. And he's not even Superman tier. That's all I'm going to say. You can go watch it. Go look it up yourself.
Oh, no.
Go on YouTube. Yeah, go on YouTube, Comics Explained or Comic Historian. However you want to look it up. But Homelander is getting bitched by someone that's not even Superman tier. So that alone should show you he's more than likely not nuke level. So that's all I'm going to say.
Yeah, that is super fire.
Yeah.
By the way, folks, we'll go a couple more minutes and then we'll do what we used to do, $1 per minute if you guys want us to go any longer.
Yeah.
We'll do the 6 strategy. I think he did that one time, so I use that
Hey,
one time.
DC don't miss, Jay.
So yeah, $1 per
DC
minute
don't miss
after
on their
a couple
fucking
minutes,
comic events, like the Dark Metal event where like
Comics
all the
are
evil
fucking
Batmans and or like when the Batman Who Laughs was introduced with like Batman and Joker and where he became a multiversal threat and it was about to be a threat to the Omniverse itself too. Like, bro, DC doesn't fucking miss with all the multiversal comic events or just comics in general. Like, they just don't miss, bro. Like, Marvel's been kind of struggling, but DC is always just DC. They don't miss, bro.
Yeah, that is a fact. That is a fact. But yeah, folks, $1 per minute after the 2 hour mark. 2 hours, maybe 2 hour and 5 mark. I will do that. Kakuzu, I was kidding about Lil Pump and 6ix9ine. They're both ass. Yeah, they are ass. I'd say 6ix9ine's better, but they're both ass. Kakuzu, the on Earth, he's a low tier Akatsuki member that got notoriety because of a certain someone in the fandom. But he's ass and he's really not that special. I feel like there should be a Dragon Ball game based on space. You're either Galactic Patrolman or a Frieza Force member. That would be fun to explore the universe. Tor can make a spin-off following Galactic Patrolman. That'd be interesting to establish some some more observations of how the universe is and stuff like that. What else is out there in the Dragon Ball cosmos? That'd be kind of cool. But yeah, folks, a couple more minutes. Again, we'll do the $1 per minute after that if you guys want us to stay longer. Yeah. But yeah, any final questions? Feel free. WS stream. Make sure if you haven't already, please hit the like button. The more the better. Next week, I'm thinking maybe we could do some reaction. Just
yes, sir. Oh yeah.
WS stream.
Speaking of that Tournament of Power shit from DC, Jay, this is the only thing I'll tell you, and then if you want to look more into it, you can. But the first one that got killed right away was Batman, but it was by Joker because Joker knew he was the biggest threat. So that's why he immediately just went for him and caught him off guard and got his ass. But here's the crazy part. Batman's so fucking intelligent, that motherfucker had a contingency just in case if he was taken out, to where he basically had something in his suit that like allowed him to respawn back and to not have to obey like Darkseid's omnipotence rules of the tournament or whatever, which is ridiculous. Like the fact that he can even do something like that is fucking ridiculous and how smart he is. But that's what he does. Yeah, this way he's not like, because if you basically die in the Tournament of Power or get taken out or like knocked out or whatever, you turn into like stone. Like you turn into like the statue stone and then you're out of the tournament, right? That's basically what happens. But he's like, nah, fuck that. And so he disobeys that. But then Darkseid's like, oh, you're disobeying me? Okay. He like snaps his fingers and then now he's making Batman like basically travel in like these weird future timelines to where he's having to fight like each Bat family member as the Batman of Gotham now. So like Red Hood becomes Batman, Nightwing becomes Batman, Tim Drake becomes Batman. Damien as well. Like they all have like these really badass bat suits, and they're the Batman of their time. And then for whatever the context is, etc., and he has to like fight each one and beat each one in order to get back to the Tournament of Power. Like Darkseid's like, oh, you want to cheat? Okay, then earn your way back, basically. So it's pretty dope. Anyways,
Damn.
yeah, some fire shit.
$2 from Raspberry. That means 2 more minutes at least. Appreciate you, Raspberry.
Yes, sir.
If you guys want to keep it up, again, $1 a minute. Shout out to Raspberry for extending it another 2 minutes.
Appreciate you.
W. Instead of doing, yeah, we appreciate you. It was great hearing from you guys. Hey, shout out to you, Kedrick. Definitely one of the goats. Instead of redoing Beerus again, it should be Broly. Yeah, bro. I get it. They're redoing the Beerus Battle of Gods moment, but it is what it is.
Hey, also,
I'm gonna watch it obviously.
For the stream thing, yeah, you guys can do that for longer, whatever.
Yeah.
But if you also want a reaction, again, like we said for the video, per minute, $1 per minute, whatever. The same thing applies to that too. Well. So if you want to get a reaction to it in the stream, you can do that. Or if you just want us to keep going, same thing. But yeah.
Facts. Apparently 70 minutes of Dragon Ball Super Broly was cut out of the movie due to the runtime constraints, so they do an extended cut in the new anime. That I want to see. No doubt about that.
That'd be dope.
Did Itachi do the right thing? Yeah, that'd be dope. I think morally, in my opinion, Itachi did do the right thing because if it weren't for his decision,
casualties,
there would have been a civil war between the Uchiha and the Leaf, and it would have caused more casualties.
And the villages would invade and then took advantage, fucked them up. Yeah.
So arguably an entire nation would be eliminated because of the civil war, or at least greatly damaged. So yeah, Itachi avoided that.
And risked Sasuke's death too. Saved his brother in the process. Child that has nothing to do, you know what I mean?
Yeah. So that, in my opinion, was the morally correct decision. Very tough decision to make. Yeah. But I think he made the right one because more deaths would have.
It's like almost an impossible situation. Like you're literally picking between like the survivability for like. So in the real world scheme of things, like basically what that decision is, either you pick your family, right? Like your your bloodline family, right? You either try to fight with them, okay, against the U.S. government. Okay, but then risk the civil war happening, right? Whatever, and you guys are fighting, and then now other countries can invade and also try to fuck with the U.S. because there's a civil war going on within the U.S., right? Like that's basically what you're dealing with, or slaughter your family just so one of your family members can thrive in the U.S., right? Like it's fucked, man. I mean, like it's a lose-lose,
Yeah.
So
exactly. All right, folks, we're about to hit the 2-minute mark because of Raspberry. Again, shout out to him. So within 2 minutes, if you want it to be longer, feel free to donate. We'll even longer. That's all we'll do at this time.
Yep.
Did you see protesters in ICE have been fighting in the major cities? It's crazy. Yeah, like we said previously, the whole ICE foreign policy issue is very complicated. When it comes down to events of violence, it comes down to the context and objectivity.
Yeah.
Whoever is trying to eliminate your life, the person whose life is in danger should have the right to defend themselves. And if they have to eliminate the other person for that to be the case, then I think that is legally justified, or at least should be justified. And I think is morally justified as well. Now I don't know all the events where ICE have, killed some individuals, unfortunately, but I know one of them was because someone was trying to run over an ICE member and he had to defend himself. A car is a lethal weapon at high speeds, very obvious. So I think that's justified, despite the tribalism and emotional reaction to it. That guy has a right to defend himself just like anybody else, whether he's a law enforcement or not. It's that simple. Do you agree with Thanos' plan? No, I think Thanos was trying to play God, and I think he didn't have an ultimatum. He came to this decision on his own, and he decided that he knew better than the rest of the universe, and that his say goes.
And it was stupid, Jay, because like his whole thing was resources, right? So if that's the case, get the Infinity Stones and make resources infinite or plentiful. You know what I mean? Like if that's the sole issue, and like, you know what I mean? Because that's what his whole thing was. Like, oh, resources are finite, like they only last for so long, and then they get scarce, and then everybody basically dies, or the world ends, or everything goes to shit. That was his whole thing. It's just like, you know, and like therefore like the only way to,
He
you know, it just it was stupid. Yeah.
Yeah, he had a naive perspective. He thought that eliminating half the population would allow the other half to prosper, and that's
Yeah.
not the way the universe operates. Populations procreate for the most part,
Yeah.
and they're going to continue to grow. So the problem would just arise anyway. There's always going to be competition. There's always going to be, uh, predation and things of this nature. So he had a naive perspective, almost as if he thought he was God, when in reality he was just some nihilist, like he wasn't as enlightened as he thought he was. And I don't know, I think it was a naive perspective. He had a god complex for sure. Definitely had a god complex. He wasn't, in the situation that Itachi was in, or some of these other people. It's definitely not the same. He was just naive, and had a
Yeah.
god complex
Like
for
I'll
sure.
say this,
So
it was a lot fucking better
uh
than being fucking pussy whipped to fucking the entity of death and like, oh, you're not in love with me, so
yeah,
now
it's
I'm gonna
still
try to
better.
murder the whole universe just to
Yeah.
hopefully gain your affection or make you love me. Like just literally being a simp, like a simp. That's
Yeah,
why he was
exactly.
evil. Like shitty writing,
Yeah.
bro. Shitty ass
But yeah,
writing.
folks, shout out to yeah, facts. Shout out to Raspberry for the $2. Unless we
Yep.
get another one in the next like 30 days, we'll probably wrap it up. There should be a video coming this week that I've been doing. Give it to my editor. Me and Batman have another one we hope to get done next couple weeks as well. We'll let you
Yes,
know.
sir.
We'll let you guys know what that is later on, and when they get close to it. Like we said, we want to give you guys more consistency this year, more content. Shout out to you guys for the support. We're hopefully this year is the year we reach 10K. That's the goal for sure. More streams, more content. Again, follow me on TikTok. I am trying to grow there as well. So follow me. It's more so quick hot takes is what I give there. Power scaling wise, sometimes I do the occasional IRL topic. I give my opinions on media, things of that nature, even politics in some moments. If you want to follow me there, it's in the description. But we appreciate you guys coming in. Shout out to all you guys. Appreciate Raspberry for the donation, all the likes, all the support. Again, we'll be here all year. Unlike some people in this community that don't do that. We know you guys probably know what I'm talking about, but much love to you guys. We'll see you next time, and God bless, folks.
Peace, guys. Peace.